What up?
What's up?
What's up?
We are back.
It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. It feels like it, but I was looking there for a while. We got to where we were doing these like every 10 or 12 episodes.
Yeah.
And now since I'm on a steady pace and Jose, you're down here and we've all kind of slowed down and got our breath again.
Yeah.
I think we can do these like every 6 or 7, I believe. But this one's going to land still like 8 or 9, I believe.
Yeah.
But still.
Oh, yeah.
Like I say every 6 or 7, I mean between my regular episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
dude,
our 4 viewers will be excited.
Yeah,
to have the next episode.
Dude, I figure like at least every other month, man. Too much shit happens if not.
And that's the crazy thing. Because I don't see you anymore. I used to see you at least once a week.
That is weird. It is weird.
And then, oddly enough, I would see you a lot more too. But now it's like, even though you're closer, I see you less. I see you less.
I see Jose all the time, but we're always doing shit.
Yeah.
we never get to say
It's
like,
like
I'm
a
like,
pass and go.
it's like, what's up, dude?
Yeah,
What's up?
I
Okay.
just- I never get to see you guys as much as I used to, which is really weird. But
Well, you need to get back in the flow of networking.
I need
bro.
to. It's been so crazy. My Sage is in town. I got my grandson, Cheryl. Cheryl had shoulder surgery, so it's like I have to take her everywhere she goes. And has your wife or anybody had shoulder surgery or hip surgery or what?
No,
Like
I've had some friends that have gone through the shoulder surgery stuff.
because it's.
What did she do? What part of
It was rotator cuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just she. And what's crazy is she was doing a lot of therapy, and then when they did the scope, they're like, "How are you moving it?" I mean, it was like shredded, and so she got it done, and Dr. Mays did it. He did her hip. He just did a wonderful. He's a great doctor, orthopedist.
She's gonna be bionic or two.
Well, her warranty ran out, and I'm like, and her dad. I told her dad, I'm like, hey, and he's like, buyer beware, man. I'm like,
No, shout out to her, man. Hope she has a good recovery.
she's doing good. But see, it's like when she had her hip replacement, she could do a certain number of things. When she had her shoulder surgery, she could only do a certain number of things differently. So, and it's really weird because I thought as far as her mobility, the hip would be harder, but honestly, the shoulder's harder because you don't realize how much you use both hands just to do normal everyday things like pull stuff down off the car, things like that. So, but she recovers really well through all her surgeries, and I'm a veteran when it comes to helping with every single thing, shower. I learned how to put her hair up in a ponytail really good. I can do that. I'm like, tie that thing off. So
we got a little gambit of choices.
I know.
Today,
I
man.
walked in. I was like, damn.
So I had to. I'll just jump right into it. So I had to. I sent you guys a picture. I stumbled upon our our cheap old Sam's Members Mark go-to like Blanco, right? Well, I guess they've had their product long enough now where they've made an anejo.
Nice.
And so I got that, and then I found this a Cuban. Shout out! I found this Noel tequila, which is actually made in Louisiana, or it's a Louisiana brand, excuse me. And the distillery may be here. We're gonna have to look into that one a little more. And then Tapatio, I believe we've had that one before. I believe we had a Blanco of that. And then what'd you bring, Ben?
I brought that Cape Horn. This is the one that
We talked about that a couple episodes back.
It's about some naval. It's each bottle sold directly contributes to funding outdoor adventure therapy expeditions for veterans and first responders living with PTSD. And it's imported in Charleston, South Carolina. But I do have a bone to pick though. Because
He won't let it go.
I'm not gonna let it go. No, because I was looking, I was like, it just doesn't. And I know in some bottles, they feel, but it's like it just doesn't feel. This is only 700 mils, where all the rest of these are 750, and this was about $50. And yes, I love supporting things like that, but I didn't know that they're just like let's just change the size. Kind of like the candy bar I used to buy. It's still $1, but it's about this big instead of this big. So I'm excited to try that. What'd you bring?
So this I don't know much about this brand. It's called Mikasa. So I think like a few weeks ago I went down to Thibodaux, Louisiana, and we're doing a beer festival down there, and our distributor was out there. So I was talking to one of the reps that sells our beer, and we were just talking, and I kind of told him I'm a big tequila guy also. And he said, well, we carry a tequila brand, so I'm going to send you a sample of this. And The only info that I was able to find is that they're so it's like a family owned kind of thing from what I read, and it's they're actually not in Jalisco. So Jalisco is where all tequila is produced.
Yeah.
They're in a state called Michoacan, which is next door to Jalisco, and I think the family stumbled upon some land, or family left them some land, and there was a bunch of agave grown on that family land, and they didn't know what to do with it, so they got into tequila making. So I mean, it's literally, I mean, it's still the same terrain per se, the two states
Right.
where they connect, but I guess they transfer the agave from Michoacan to Jalisco and make the tequila with it.
Well, you know what I like most about this one? It's 45.5% alcohol by volume versus 40% of all the rest.
Oh shit.
Yeah, another 5.5. So this is basically making up for the shortcomings
there you
of
go.
that one. So
I never even look at that anymore. Yeah, because there's, I guess most of them all are 40, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
These are all 40, and this is
Yeah.
45.5.
No shit. Well,
80.
What do we want to start with? You want to start with the cheapo?
You know what?
I mean, where do you want to go?
Let's do it.
What y'all
Let's
call it?
start it with the Tapatio.
All right, let's go with that.
We'll just go from left to right.
Okay.
And that's really the lightest reposado I've ever
I
seen.
know, dude,
They
it
just
is.
dipped it in the barrel.
They just rinsed it out. What was left?
Yeah.
You know how you just push for the rest of
Dipped
it
it
in
in
there,
there.
swish it. They just swished the barrel on that
I
one.
feel like the last one of these we did, wasn't it Rush? I felt like was it Rush the last one we did? I feel like we didn't get to go as long. Or
Yeah.
It probably either that or it didn't air.
It didn't feel as no, we didn't, no, that didn't happen. It just didn't feel as thorough.
It was
as they
but it
normally
was
are.
a silver. I remember because it was like a different color bottle.
Yeah.
But at least in my recent history or my experience with Tapatio, it gives me a headache.
I
if
meant the
drink too
last
much.
episode we did. I wasn't talking about the last bottle of this we did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the last episode did
it felt
seem kinda
rushed.
rushed. Yeah.
Did it really?
I don't think we're not rushing today, right? We got a little bit of
No,
time.
I'm not
We got
going
plenty of
over.
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all downstairs eating. I've got my designated drivers and
Everything's in line.
everything. Yeah, this looks silver, man. I mean, it looks like that pee after you've drank so much and all that's coming out is just a little light color.
I like Tapatio a lot.
What do you like about it?
I feel like it's so it's one of the, like, when people ask me like, hey,
Oh.
hey, what's a good tequila to get? I always kind of point them in that direction. That's one of my recommendations, I think, because it's very inexpensive. It's additive free. Also, I see that face. It is a little harsh.
You could dump this in a carburetor and
Yeah,
like a
no,
Chevy.
but I feel like it's like kind of like the essence of like it's a true tequila. Like I feel like
It tastes more like a Blanco than a Reposado.
I'm
Yeah.
getting like Monte Albin vibes.
yeah.
But like not the gut wrenching
Right,
aftertaste. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's stout. I like the smell because you can smell the agave. You can smell the cookedness of it, and I do like that.
And also, I really like the branding on this because I feel like it's just fucking like they've never changed the branding.
Yeah,
It's so
Like,
authentic,
that's what they
man.
started
It's so
with
authentic.
way
It's
back
like
in the day.
Yeah, it's like it's.
but
Yeah.
it is. It's a very reputable brand.
Well, you don't see it that much anywhere. Like I saw it today, and I was like, I'm gonna grab it because I already had some stuff planned. Oh, and then this morning I had an appointment, and I had the stuff in the back of my vehicle, my truck, and I opened the door to get something, and a whole bottle fell out and shattered. I was like, son of a bitch. So I had to go. It was just the Member's Mark, luckily.
Okay.
So I was going back by there today anyway, so I grabbed another bottle, but I was like, fuck. Like I lost the whole bottle, dude.
I've been
Like,
there before,
dude, I was so pissed. I was like,
I've done that one time, but it was a bottle of wine, so I didn't really care too much.
Yeah.
But I carry tequila like a baby.
Luckily, it's a lower price item, but
You can taste the green of the agave. You really can. I do like that. I do like when I can taste the flavor of.
I feel
the
like it's a
agave.
traditional recipe and they never messed with anything about it.
I almost got. There's a new brand out. Lewis Hamilton. Do you follow Formula One at all?
I know who he is. Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton. He's got his own brand now because everybody's got their own brand of tequila now.
dude, it's fucking like when we
Here's the
started
problem,
this, it
though.
wasn't a thing, man.
Here's a problem with his brand. At least for me, it's a problem. It's non-alcoholic,
Oh,
and I'm like,
what's the point?
what's the point? I mean, I
They just
don't.
take the flavor and strip it
I
out.
don't.
That's
I
not
don't.
work.
But everybody talks about like it's really good, like as far as and I know some people prefer. It's like smoking a cigar, the certain flavors and stuff like that. But Given the choice, if I have to buy one that's got alcohol, one that doesn't have alcohol, I'm buying the one that's got alcohol.
Right.
Because that's why, I'll get something else.
Non-alcoholic stuff is taken off. Like the brands are like.
It really has.
Yeah.
And
Well, because most people wear an ankle thing that tells the police if they've been drinking something.
Yeah, measures their
Measures
levels.
their alcohol blood level.
But that's not for me. Like I feel like I did notice this. We did a golf tournament. Dude, it has been a little while since I've seen y'all. Probably 2 months, huh? So we did a golf tournament last month, and I borrowed a shout out to Corson Cuts. I borrowed a machine from Derek down there. And I got all the stuff, everything from him. Got all the product. Just let him hook me up.
Like a margarita machine?
Yeah, but I wanted his recipes. He uses a decent quality tequila, decent quality real lime juice mix, no bullshit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, just give me your product and I'll take it out to the golf tournament and mix it. And he's like, you just got to start it early. He said because tequila takes longer to get cold. It takes longer to freeze.
Yeah.
So naturally, and that makes sense. Like if you think
blend.
about it, even when you mix a cocktail, if you don't thoroughly mix it, it still has a warm flavor. Where if you have a vodka or whiskey, it gets pretty cold. I wonder what that is.
I'm glad I didn't go to that golf tournament because if there was like a mixing machine,
dude, I had it.
I would have just sat there just all day.
Dude, they were delicious. So I had it sitting right there. We were slinging barbecue and just free margs, bro.
God, I would.
Dude, and they were perfect too.
Was it hot? Was it
yes,
hot?
it was hot. It
makes it worse.
It was great, dude. They were slamming those things, and I had way too much product, so I just made them all. He was like, "Here's the ratio," and I just said, "Fuck it." I started putting more tequila in all of them because I was like, we got to use up all this product because there was like, it was the one you normally do, the Dream Hunt, but they ran.
But they rescheduled it, didn't they?
Yeah, like twice because of weather. But they ran two. It was a 2-day.
2 flights.
Two flights. So you had. What do they normally have? How many teams?
Well, normally it's up to 50 teams.
Okay, so they had like.
So they had
40 teams
at a morning
40
start.
teams.
Morning start and an
80 teams.
Wow.
So it was crazy. So we were slinging a lot of barbecue and a lot of them drinks. Yeah.
Jeez.
But it was interesting.
Yeah, because if you double stack, you can have 36. And most of the time, if you do, it's normally about 20 teams, 25 teams on a golf tournament, just because you start everybody off on a shotgun. So everybody starts out on a different hole.
It was maxed out, and he said that next year they possibly may be doing 2 days. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
But
anyway.
I got to give it up for Old Oaks, the guy who's kind of, I don't know if he's running it or not, but he's posting a lot of stuff, and he used to work with me at Stonebridge, and he's doing some really good things. I really like because that place was kind of like a ugly stepchild of the two courses that were owned by the same company. And however, the people that were on the board, and I can talk about them now because they're dead, that were on the board, I mean, no offense to them, rest in peace, but like they liked playing that golf course versus playing the other golf course. And so I'm not saying that's why they got that golf course, but it was just like, why do you always like coming out here? And I don't know if it's just because they live closer to it. I'm not sure, but I always like the 27 hole. The having the 3 different 9-hole personalities, and I thought that was really nice on that course. And
I didn't know that was the case. I've literally only ever drive up there and drop trailer and cook and drink. I have no idea what's going on golf wise out there.
It's a great course. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I used to like going out there and doing that. So, all right. So what?
I don't know.
Noel. Let's do Noel.
All right. So let's talk about Noel. You can read it. You're better well spoken gentleman.
Notes of buttery caramel and oat.
No, but it's a Louisiana brand. So check the back.
Okay. Damn, good thing I brought my glasses.
You got them?
Yep, I brought my glasses
Look at
today
there.
because something told me you're gonna make me read. All right. At Noel Family Distillery, father-daughter owners Chip and Natalie Noel live by simple values of spreading joy, building community, and being resilient. We love making and distributing spirits that bring family and friends together and make life more enjoyable. Noel Family Reposado is made authentically from a proprietary blend of lowland and highland agave in our partner distillery located in the heart of Jalisco, Mexico. Our superior blend of agave gives our tequila more in-depth flavor and rounded out characteristics. So now that you're holding the finest tequila in all of the land, pour a drink on the right. That's their words, not mine. The rock, squeeze in your favorite citrus and share with those you love. Louisiana, USA. It doesn't. Oh, Donaldsonville. It's probably like right next to where they make.
No clue.
Make a what's it called? Tabasco sauce, or something like that. So all right.
I'm gonna look into them. I'm gonna hit them up.
Me too, because I think I'm about supporting a local brand, even if it's there. Because look, man, we don't have very many people in this market at all here.
Right? No, we don't.
and it is a hot market right now, which is kind of annoying. It's annoying because now we can't figure out. Like, I don't know where to go, what direction to go. You know what I mean? As far as when you go looking, like every time I go, there's 10 new brands.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I'm not exaggerating. And so it's like, what fucking direction do you go?
I went to I usually go to Total Wine, but I went to the
It's so overwhelming.
I went to the Specs. The Specs that's over there by
Specs is like the
well, anyway, I went to the Specs over there by by the Colony, and I was like, you know, they had all the aisles. I can't find, and it was a really long, wide building. I can't find the tequilas. Tequilas from the left to the right and the back, all the way. And I'm going, holy crap! And oddly enough, I found this. I knew I was going to go look for that, and I swear to you, I almost went directly to it when I was looking.
Were you going to look for it?
I was looking. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. And I swear, I was walking. I'm like, all right, well, let's go down this aisle. I walk straight back, and I look. I'm like, is that it? And they had the Reposado too, but I was like, no, I'm gonna try the Blanco because you know you've turned me on to. First time I tried something, I'm gonna try it in Blanco because I just want to.
Yeah, this probably is a good move. This one, they had but then that's another thing. It's like, fuck, dude. I guess we could start doing that. But I saw this one, and they had a Blanco, but I was like, I'm always wanting to go the Anejo route, like or close to it.
I've given
close to it, and then work my way back. I don't know why.
No,
I've noticed that though.
That's a good point.
And since y'all give me so much shit about the Cristalinos and shit, I don't do those so much anymore. Like,
it smells perfumey.
Caramel, butter, and oak.
Oh, that's there.
Well, don't say additive free, does it?
No, I knew off the bat there's got to be some additives in there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I got a knob number right here. I wonder what distillery it is. You got your app?
Yeah.
So it's 1438. Oh, it's hitting. That is one of those things where we're becoming.
You know what it tastes like? And don't lie. When you were a kid, did you ever whiff the Cool Whip, the Ready Whip cans?
Are you talking about Whippets?
Yeah. Well, no. Like it was actually no. I'm talking about like you got at the grocery store. Okay. Yeah. This is what it tastes like. It tastes like the cream in the
oh yeah,
Ready
like the Cool Whip. Yeah,
in
Ready
Cool
Whip. Yeah.
It's got a Ready Whip flavor at the end.
I mean, it's sweet on the front, dude, but it's
I mean,
harsh.
I smell it on the nose.
It's lingering.
It's harsh on the back.
It's very
though.
lingering.
Not in a bad way.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I still feel it.
But it's almost like a mask.
Yeah.
I mean, so 1438 is a nom number.
1438.
Yeah.
All right. So 1438.
Okay.
But it's I don't know, and that's another thing. I guess we can't be those guys, right? We're not going to judge them if they don't have if they have additives. Or they don't have.
No,
have we decided
not at
yet?
all.
Because I see us start doing that.
Yeah.
We're like we get some and they're like, well, that one's got some shit in it,
Yeah.
but fuck, it's good, man.
Yeah,
It's
good. It's good. I prefer additive free, but I'm not like against it. Like I'm not gonna say.
They make Siempre, which I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen that brand.
Siempre.
They make Siempre, the Cat Tequila, Aguila, Superior, Cat. I've never seen that. Tezon,
Any other?
Like
Peñasco.
nothing.
Nothing familiar.
Nothing I've seen anywhere, which is not a bad thing. Don Cayo, Goza. Have you heard of Goza? I haven't heard of Goza. El Mandri.
I was trying to see if they had like a social media page or something.
Alamo.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Dang! Look how many pages.
Oh shit! So they're like a massive.
Oh yeah, it's basically the Walmart or the Costco of the distilleries.
It's additive free, is what it says. So it's got to be something with that oak, because it's just on the front. It's not sweet all the way through. Because after y'all said that, and then I sit here tasting, I was like, yeah, but then I felt it get like burning at the end. I was like, well, maybe because if you have a good additive, it stays sweet the whole way, the whole ride through.
How much was that? Do you remember?
$60.
You see that bottle?
And it's the only Louisiana distillery to offer authentic, additive-free tequila.
Okay.
So we need to get in touch with
Okay,
these.
now here's my question. What is considered an additive?
When they add like they'll add like a vanilla extract or caramel or something like that to kind of sweeten it.
Okay. So the flavors came from the barrels?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering
Yeah.
too. Now it's like, what barrel did you use to get that?
Because I taste that.
Caramel. Kinda,
That's the question.
Ton of
right?
vanilla.
Yeah.
That's the question.
I taste
right?
vanilla.
Yeah.
I taste a lot more.
That's the question. If it's additive free, like, are you saying that's a natural?
Well, it's kind of like
additive?
saying genuine diamonds.
Yeah.
Well, I got genuine diamonds in my watch. Okay,
So
but
Donaldsonville's just right south of Gonzales, right past Baton Rouge.
okay, so it's
Just
way
right
down.
there.
Yeah, okay.
Just right there.
Gonzales.
3.5 hours away.
My daughter lived in Gonzales for a while.
But
They have a Taco Bell. I mean, they have a Jack in the Box in Gonzales.
oh yeah, it's right there.
Yep.
Yeah, off of 10.
That's
Or,
that's that point when you're driving from Florida and you hit that area and you're like, okay, I'm almost home, but
See,
I'm
I
not.
don't go that way anymore. I go through Mississippi so I can hit Pig in the Pint in Jackson, some barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah. we go that way.
Speaking of barbecue, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it last time, I'm wearing my shirt today. I finally have an EBM shirt today. I want to talk about the barbecue challenge that we were judges on.
Oh, shit, we
Yeah,
haven't
because
talked
y'all
about
didn't even
that?
We
talk
didn't
about it.
even
I've
talk
talked
about
about it to a couple other people,
Yeah.
but
No.
yeah.
And shout out to Daryl
Yeah,
for getting
Sweetie.
number
Hell
four,
yeah, dude.
fourth place
Four
in the world.
Yeah, and ribs.
And I still
Hell
keep
yeah,
trying. I
dude.
still haven't been able to get out there.
We need
And
to
he was
do-
here, and I couldn't do it while he was here. So
Yeah, Patrick, he's coming on soon. Netherton, who judged with y'all, and
Yeah.
he was over there
Okay.
at Sweetie's the other day.
okay, this one's growing on me.
Yeah.
It's growing on me. It's a little more mild than a añejo, but again, it could be because I like the aftertaste on this one. I really like the aftertaste.
I left it out for about 2 minutes. So I don't have anything left. I'm trying to see if I'm wanting to get a fresh bite. The Tapatio did clean the palate real
Yeah.
good, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I cleaned it right heavy.
You could use that as a buffer.
But no, but the contest. My first time judging an actual barbecue contest, and I have to say, the system that you and Meeker put together was really good. I really liked it, and I have to give a shout out to Daryl because he sat next to me during the judging. So I would ask him questions about, because like I know what I like. I know the type of food I like. I know if I like the flavor. I know but all the little subtle things that I didn't know, I was asking him about. I'm like, okay, so if it does, why would it taste like this? And he's like, oh, but they injected it. Or, they did this or they did that. And I said, okay, is that a cheat? Or is that, a
Right.
pure thing? Is it an additive more or less? And he's like, and he would answer me, and he was really a nice guy. And so he answered things. And then, but him and Meeker definitely had a disagreement on what makes a good rib. On a fall off the bone rib versus a.
No, that was him in Netherton. That
Was
him
it
in
Netherton? Netherton, okay.
Netherton's
Netherton,
KCBS, which
Yeah.
and he's right when it comes to judging perspective. It's not once again like he and I talked about that. That's taste. Taste wise, it's amazing. You say fall off the bone. It tastes great, but from a judging perspective, based on those KCBS rules, he was talking about. You want an even bite. You don't want it to fall off.
Yeah.
Right.
And even still, to Sweetie's defense, his ribs aren't fall off the bone, but that's a marketing tool.
Right,
Like
right,
if you think about it, they do taste like fall off the bone
Yeah.
ribs, but when you pick up the bone, it's not literally falling.
Right,
off.
right.
Because that's
It
overkill.
comes, but
Yeah.
it comes off very, 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 very easily.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think, like in the competition style, like how I've always known a rib is it falls off to the bite, not,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
To the
like
fork,
you see
yeah,
the
just
bi- you
slide
see
it.
To the bite mark, but
Yeah.
it's tender.
Right,
And
right.
you can there's still a shape.
Yeah, you're
left.
not like dragging on it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Or if you bite it and it pulls the whole bone comes out, that's
Right.
too much too.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I did, there's a couple things that I would have liked differently. Because I've gotten into this, I watch food shows. I watch all these
Yeah.
stupid, ridiculous food shows, okay? Like, Chow Bella, or, a Chow House and a French bakery and all these other things. And I would really like to have heard each chef describe the meat to us, describe
Yeah.
the thing to us. Because for me, it was just, okay, how does it taste? How does it, it does. And I will say some of them, I wanted to take another bite. Some of them I had to spit out.
Yeah, I think and that happens in comp barbecue, man. It really does. It happens, and what's crazy is, especially if there's some new guys. Sometimes when there's some new guys, they've never done it before. Well, that may have been how they've always cooked it, and their family may have liked it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to hit it from a fucking. If you're at a 1, and you're trying to go to 10, you got to hit it at a 5. You got to find a midway point. Is what I'm getting at.
Well, I'll say this. I like how you staggered it 2 hours apart for each judging.
Yeah.
But I had no idea how fool I was gonna be.
I was fucking hurt.
Dude, I was. It was like, the chicken was the first thing. The first chicken was the first thing, right? Yeah. So they had the chicken, and I was like, oh yeah, I took a nice big bite of each one. And, yeah,
can't
fine.
do that, man.
But what killed me, the bad part is, we went back afterwards to kind of retaste the ones that we really liked after we were done voting.
Can't do that.
And even worse than that, we tried the desserts.
Yeah, we tried.
Oh,
yeah. my God.
Y'all were supposed to be on that table, bro.
Yeah, they kept handing stuff over. We tried all the desserts before we went to brisket. And
Yeah,
it
That's
was
what
just
fucks you up.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to brisket, it's just like,
Yeah, and the brisket was good, but then when they got to the ribs, was it the ribs? Was
No,
the ribs and
brisket's
brisket?
last.
Yeah,
Brisket's
Okay,
last.
so the brisket. By the time we got to brisket, all I could do is take a bite, move around my mouth, and spit it out in my thing because I could not swallow another bite. I could not, and I was like, I've eaten at an Indian all-you-can-eat restaurant. I thought that was the fullest I've ever been in my life, but that was, and we staggered it too.
Yeah.
But when you realize how many 21 contestants, how many were there?
I think it was 18 at this one.
Okay.
18,
yeah, but that's 18 bites times 3.
Yeah.
That's a lot,
It's a lot of food. And so, like, next year we'll probably have more teams, and we may split the judging up to where a lot of times you'll
Well,
just
I
judge.
volunteer for judge again.
You'll
'cause
judge.
that was-
You'll judge 2 categories.
What's up, hombre?
Jamie's here.
What's up? Good. Pull it.
Right on time for me to switch. Too.
Heck yeah! I've been watching time. Pull that TV up, bro, in case we need it.
Yeah.
But so yeah, basically, we'll just maybe judge 2 categories instead of 3, or if you want to do all of them. But the bigger the show gets, then a lot of times they're just like, some people are just like, I just want to judge chicken.
Yeah.
Or they're just they're obsessed with that one division,
Well, and
which is cool too.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your specialty, definitely.
Yeah.
But I consider myself like the normal guy in the Olympics. I don't perform, but I know what I like the flavor of. From a regular.
Well, a great judge
everyday
don't
standpoint.
necessarily have to be a pit master, but the thing is we have to break the monotony of all these different sanctioning bodies, which is cool. It's cool, and it's how it's been done. But I'm trying to do something different to where I get people who actually cook and actually know, who travel circuits and have cooked everywhere. Because even Andrew, he's done competitions before he got into running a business, but he runs a business, so he gets honest feedback every single day from people all over the world, right? And then Sweetie has traveled all these circuits, so he's going to give you honest feedback based on what he's seen judged all across the world. And then you have Netherton, who's judged all over the South, so he's tried different things. So taking all that in perspective, and then getting guys who are in the just barbecue eaters, you know what I mean, and mixing all that together, and it's a good blend, and it balances a judging panel. Because what you don't want is just all pit masters,
Right.
or just all people who think they like barbecue.
That's a good
Because
point,
what if they have a sweet palate and they want sweet?
It's like
and
art.
nothing.
It's subjective.
Yep.
It's really subjective. Now, and what I would also like to know eventually is when they announced the winners, I had to think to myself, was that which meat was that? Was that the fourth one I like? I mean, so I would really like to know. Oh, the one that I thought should win did win.
A weird way to break that. Like, you have to do blind judging. That way you
and I'm good with it. But once it's all over.
What I would like to do next year is implement something to where if they do win, give them a little bit of time to talk about to the entire audience.
Right.
This is what we did. And it just be more like a post-fight commentary spot for me. I'm just going to be like, hey, what did you do different on this? So I think we're going to do that layout, because then it gives, especially you guys, more information. You're going to be like,
Well,
I tasted
think
the cherry there.
I think what I'd like to do, at least for my own thing, is try to keep my notes. Okay, this is the one I like the best. I wonder if the one that I like the best placed won, because then it would just, and I always would just say something about my taste in that it was either agreeable with everybody else's, or I was like, God, that wasn't even close to the thing. And so that was really the only, because like when you go vote, when you're at a car show and you say, okay, number 17 won. Oh yeah, I know which one that was. But these were like, and it was blind taste test. So, do it the way you did it. I'm not changing anything.
Hey, dude, I'm open.
I loved it, man. I think it was so cool just to see like the difference in like what people, you know what I'm saying?
Because you're a craft guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think like obviously like,
Did you bring the pickles?
yeah.
That was a great idea. Yeah, the pickles definitely
Patrick's
helped.
the one that told me about it. He's like, bring pickles.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to grab some fucking pickles. And it made a difference because
The vinegar cuts it.
yeah, because I think like when we did the chicken, I had a bite of one chicken, and I don't know if I hit like an injection pocket or something.
You get all smoked.
But
or something?
it was just like salt bomb, like smoke bomb, like, and then so that fucked me up for like the next 4 chickens. So I'm like, damn, I apologize to the next 4. I was probably still tasting that salt from, you know.
I've never heard. I love that sentence. Fuck me up for the next 4 chickens. I just,
Yeah.
I mean, when would
But
you
I
ever
can
say
relate
this?
because I know I've been there.
Yeah.
Well, wait, because spoiler alert, we're gonna do a steak competition. So guys, get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready, sir.
Dude,
Get ready,
and
sir.
I have
We're
to,
gonna-
I have
and
to say,
when Wagyu's
I
coming
was
to.
I was so upset that I couldn't even enjoy the Wagyu that you made. You did tomahawk, didn't you? Didn't you smoke a tomahawk?
That
Wagyu?
was picanha.
Okay.
Yeah, but you were so full. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, and you're like, and I never said it to you, but you asked me, hey, you want something? I was like, man, fuck you. Because you knew how full I was, and I think you said it jokingly, you know,
Yeah.
like, hey, man, you want some? Yeah, it's like, you know, I know you're in rehab, but you want some liquor?
Yeah.
So this is
No, but
Añejo.
we're gonna do so we're getting a steak competition together. I'll announce that. I don't care. I don't have a date out yet, but it's gonna be in the fall.
It smells a lot
Football
like.
season, be a little cooler outside.
Oh, nice.
Same vibes, but you only have
Just
one meat.
don't do it the weekend of November 4th. I'll be out of town.
No, it's gonna be October.
Okay, good.
Spoiler alert. How do we feel about that?
Smells a lot like.
I enjoy it. I'm not against it. I'm really not against that. The members mark.
How much was the member? How much was it?
$24.
$24.
$23.98.
Like, can we find out who make? Because, you know, I wonder who they get their
I
tequila.
can
Ben?
tell you right now.
Let's go. We've never
Yeah.
investigated because I don't even think we're running noms. The first
Yeah.
time we ran. Where's the nom number on this?
Yeah. No, dude, that barbecue.
1438.
Oh,
Same
1438.
nom number, right?
I was so excited. To
No,
like,
is it?
Yep. Yep. That's
Oh,
why.
That's why. Yeah.
So
Because-
that
that thing had
distiller-
20 pages of distilleries. So
So that's
different
multiple
brand.
different distilleries under the same.
no, well, it's one. It's
One
probably, it's
distillery.
probably
Distillery,
one.
they
It's
just make
probably
products for everybody.
it's probably
Yeah,
one
but how do
ranch,
they,
huh?
How do they change them so different? This is entirely different than the other.
Well, I think, like, from I've read, because one day when Louisiana law, my dreaming later in life is like when Louisiana law allows such a thing, I'd love to like fucking do a tequila.
Oh yes.
Yeah, like
yes. Well, I already.
Means to have two
I
different
did talk
manufacturing
to.
them.
I did
Ooh.
talk to our buddy Grant about doing us a barrel pick. So I know you and I talked about
Yeah.
it. So I'll say we slightly have the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Once we land on a barrel, we're gonna have to do a little marketing on this podcast we never had before. But we're gonna have to sling some of our barrel picks to you guys, and then once we empty out that barrel, then it's going to the tap.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but we gotta get our everybody on board to get us some bottles and try some stuff.
This is super smoky.
I still haven't tasted it yet.
For me, it was very.
I'm still trying to let that other clear out.
The aftertaste was very smoky.
It's like it's not like great by any means.
No, but Jose, I think you're just authentic tequila man.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be our palate cleanser here,
I
bro?
made some
You got
chocolate chip cookies.
Made some chocolate. Do they have anything in them?
Just chocolate, just chocolate chips,
chip? I'll try.
chocolate chips, sugar, and
Well, that one
flour.
broke, but
Help yourself. No, just
clean my
Piece it
palate
out.
a little bit.
yeah.
But
Heck yeah, dude. Damn.
if you're just mixing some shit for $24, man, you can't.
Yeah, but if you're gonna, I guess if you're gonna make a cocktail with an añejo, like a smokiness, but their
Would you, though?
their
Would you
blanco
ever-
is so good.
Would you ever make a cocktail with an añejo?
I do.
Do you?
So I'll make like something with some orange in it or grapefruit. It does go with the smoky. Like the lime stuff mixed with añejo is kind of weird. Like
Yeah.
as far as like you can't like you can do a barrel aged margarita, but it's got to be like almost like you put a floater on it or
Yeah.
something.
I will say, I'm not saying this is not additive free, but this compared to the Casa Azul, where's the Casa Azul? The
Casa
big,
Azul?
Yeah.
Casa Azul. I would take this 10
Any day,
times
any day,
over
Yep.
that.
Any
Yep.
day,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
all day long.
It's just
Just marketing, man.
hype as a motherfucker.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think we're going backwards. I think we're in a kind of a rebound where less is more with tequila here lately. Because if you look at the bottles, the minimalistic brands, and it's marketing. But like the big crazy bougie bottles, shit's not that great in them.
Unless you collect bottles.
Well, it's cool for
Yeah,
bottles.
if you're a collector, yeah, but most collectors are the ones who are willing to spend that extra money.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to compete for drunk dollars, party dollars,
Oh, yeah.
then yeah, definitely just boom, simple.
It's like shit like La Clase Azul, and then like 1942. I think it's another big one where the bottle's like $150.
Yeah.
and I think it's almost become to like a
It's just-
status symbol for
it is.
people. Where
They're
I'm
like, I got
drinking-
money.
I'm drinking 42.
It's
you
just
know,
like,
and it's
Cristal
okay,
was
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you have
Okay.
Yeah, Schlitz malt liquor. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but they go in there like I'll go in there with those guys who are like rich, like I say rich, they're like oil field salesmen, so they're not spending their money,
Right.
And they're like, hey, give me a round of the Bell Tequila.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the fuck it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
The
and
one
then-
I get to the strip club,
and then they're
That's the one.
shooting it.
Yeah.
Like I got it. I'm like, dude, that's one. That's not a tequila you shoot,
Yeah.
and two, okay,
It's not a real good tequila.
whatever. No, I'm not impressed. I put it up to the top of Tio. We'd have to. I think at the end we need to run those two back to back and see.
Yeah.
Well, this one I can tell you right now, at least for me, this one's going to taste like turpentine after drinking this.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I don't cleanse it, because this is pure. It's almost like hey, it's pure.
But that's what I'm saying. Those
Yeah.
two run a close race when it comes to like authenticity of like original tequila flavor.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
because I think over how much we've drank at this point, like it's interesting to see what they do and what the process is for them to take those harsh, like it's almost like a harsh right turn,
Right.
in your flavor palette. Like if you're driving down the road, it's like my palate's gonna hit XYZ stop and holy shit, we're gonna take a turn,
Right.
too sharp right here.
Let's let this breathe for a moment.
Yeah, we're bad about not doing that. We get excited and don't even let it
dude.
catch any oxygen.
We're drinking tequila, and we talked about barbecue. Like I'm a happy man.
But, no, and yeah, so I was really happy to be a part of that. And what I liked was I got to come up here and take a nap on his couch in between rounds. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap.
Hell yeah.
And
Dude, let me tell you what happened. So that was a busy day down here on the fucking East Bank. So when I left here, when I left from the brisket, I was fucking miserable. Right. So I walk in the tap and I walk into a fucking shit show.
Oh, my God.
Like it is balls to the wall, straight chaos. I immediately had to jump on the fucking fry line. And I was just miserable.
You're just like,
for like 4 hours. And I finally, like, once it calmed down, like I went outside and it was still fucking packed, like
Yeah,
later on at
dude.
night, and I was just like, I'm going home. Like, I can't.
man, but it was a good event. And then they had the really good tribute band, the Kiss tribute band.
Yeah, that was
was
good.
really good.
That was good.
It was just a great event. It was a great day. I think.
We're gonna run it back. We've secured it. We've secured the date. Running it back. I think we're talking about shutting some rows down and doing like some fucking probably double team
Like
capacity.
street fair kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe we can do 40 teams.
Right.
I mean, now the hype's here.
Yeah.
They know about it. They know we're not bullshitting because that's the problem with barbecue competitions. They pop up left and kind of like car shows.
Right.
Yeah.
They pop up and then you're like, oh, it's cool, and then it never happens again.
Well, what was the response from the contestants? How did they enjoy
They
it?
fucking loved it,
Yeah.
and they love the new judging platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
They love that because most of them here's what we tried to do. We wanted to make it be fair because what happens in sanctioning judging is if you've never done a competition, like you've done the one in Halton, or you've been there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you judged it.
No, I've
But
been there.
so that's BCA who governs that, and you have KCBS and there's a couple other ones, and
So there's multiple.
yeah, sanctioning bodies. So the way the rules in each one of them are different. You can have garnish, you can't have garnish. Like there's different things, and then they train their judges differently because they tell their judges to look for different things because regionally they're located from a different area. Maybe they're a Mississippi barbecue,
Yeah.
person, where this person may be a Texas barbecue person. So the way they generate the rules are based on their bias. So while creating it like this made the backyard guy, and we probably had half of the competition never done a competition before. It made the backyard guy comfortable coming in.
Yeah.
Right next to the guy with the giant.
And next to
rig.
the guy who's seasoned but never has been to a competition where it was so open,
Right.
like
Yeah.
open-minded
Yeah.
and
Right.
chill. And so I think it was a great balance. And I talked to shout out to Chase Loomis, Blue Smoke Barbecue, Blue Bayou Barbecue, excuse me. Too many people with blue in their names. I can't remember who's what when it comes to barbecue. But so Chase is building me a new pit, dude. I'm so excited because I'm going to be able to do 100 pork butts,
Hell yeah.
50 briskets, or a 300-pound hog. in this enclosed pit that we're building to put on the big rig. But he came and competed in this, and he was a top contender and placed first and second, third in Memphis and May and all over the world.
Yeah.
Chase came and competed in this. He hadn't competed in 10 years, but he's like, I'll come out there because y'all just doing a little backyard deal. And he said it was great. So getting feedback from him, feedback from Sweetie, because Sweetie's never judged. Sweetie's competed this whole time, but he's never judged. He's like, I've never been on this side of it. So I wanted to give that to some of those guys because they haven't. Right. And then, two, I wanted the feedback. And I think we have a good model. And the problem, it's just like, dude, barbecue's just like the fucking car thing, the classic car thing. And me and Chris Ryan talk about it, and you've probably heard about it, and you and I have talked about it. But, like, it's just an old school fucking game that they've been doing for 50 years. And so it's all prima donna bullshit and, oh, he didn't know. Well, goddamn, I had so-and-so, and that's original, but not the stupid shit. And the same thing happens in barbecue. It's like, well, like I had somebody bitching, that motherfucker, they said I did baby back ribs. You know I didn't do baby. I was like, dude, I'm not trying to hear none of that. I don't give a fuck. I was like, I could, if I'm a judge in there, one of my judges, not someone off the street that we've curated, they know if it's a fucking baby back or St. Louis. Right. So no one cheated.
Right.
And we controlled the entire competition by giving people meat that we got together.
Right.
So we control the quality.
Yeah.
So if you bring me something back that's a completely different cut, I'm going to know you cheated and you're immediately disqualified. Right. And I made that known immediately. Yeah. You know, I said, look.
So this fucking sanctioning bodies in barbecue are basically like boxing, where it's like
it's like Little League and T-ball. You know, they said we can't play here, so we're going to play here, and we're going to put our own board together that will benefit
exactly what
our needs.
It's exactly what it is. It's similar to something like that, but that's a good comparison because you have different boxing.
Yeah, there's like 4 belts.
Bodies.
Yeah, and it's like
there's not a one belt.
Yeah,
like
there's
UFC.
Not UFC, and that's,
but you have UFC now, PFL. So it's kind of the same thing.
But everybody still knows UFC is the brand, right?
But the good thing about MMA is it's judged by the athletic commission on the state, state by state basis. Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's similar to that.
I know in boxing there's like there's WBC, the WBA,
WSBC,
and it's like this is the champion, and he won't fight this champion, and it's like okay, whatever.
I'm just like, dude, be like Mike Tyson, just say fuck it, fight anybody.
Fight anybody.
What do you think about Jake Paul fighting dude? Why am I drawing a blank right now?
Mike Perry.
Mike Perry, dude, holy shit, yeah.
Dude, I'm interested.
I'm so excited
because if he catches this motherfucker one time,
dude, Mike Perry fucking
dude,
I don't know if you know this about me or not. I've never watched not one UFC bout.
Dude,
live local fight.
Period.
Nothing? You never came to my fight.
Not even on television.
You didn't come to my fight.
No, I couldn't come to your fight. I wanted to, but I gave you thoughts and prayers on Facebook. So it's the same thing. But that's the thing. But my brother-in-law goes because him and his son they go and they see stuff. But when you guys talk about stuff like that, and please do talk about it as much as you can because it shuts me up. But I don't know who these people are.
Dude, I need another bite of one of those cookies, and I'm going to clear this out.
Cookies right here.
Okay.
But anyways, go back to who's fighting who now.
It's just
so basically Jake Paul's. You know who Mike Tyson is?
I know Jake. I know both. I know.
Right.
I know
so
the
Jake Paul's supposed to fight Mike Tyson. Well, Mike Tyson got a health panel run or whatever, and he had some ulcers. So going on, which is a serious deal. He's in he's 58, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had some issues, so he had to postpone the fight. So Jake was like, "Well, I've already ran a fucking count. Let's go." Mike Perry is an MMA veteran. He fought in the UFC for a little while, but he got into bare knuckle fighting, and he is undefeated and unstoppable in this bare knuckle boxing. So it's boxing with no gloves. And so Mike Perry's talking shit and said, "Fuck it, I'll fight him." And Jake's like, "Okay, let's go." Well, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah. Now, are they fighting under UFC rules?
No, they're fighting under it's just boxing.
Open knuckle.
Just boxing.
Oh, okay.
So just boxing.
So actual boxing rules with gloves okay.
And they're gonna be fighting in Miami, which is, Mike's turf over there.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view is going to be through the roof.
It's going to be crazy. But what I was so excited about was I need Tyson to fight Jake Paul. Yes. And I'm selfishly saying that, but I need it to happen because it is going to create a culture shift.
Yeah.
For all the people who follow Jake Paul.
Yeah. Who
don't understand what Mike Tyson used to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
At 13 years old, he was knocking out 25-year-old men. Jake Paul's a good boxer. He really is.
Yeah, no, he like I tell people is like he beat anybody walking around's ass.
Yeah, he's gonna fight
because he fucking trains for it. Like he takes it seriously.
But boxing's never had that. They've never had someone who was already a star.
Oh yeah.
So everyone they have has become a star by boxing.
Right.
This is someone who's already popular,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm gonna start fucking training. And so the people like they just don't know how to take it. They're like, fuck that. He's just a YouTube star. Yeah, but now he's a YouTube star that can box.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's just, and then you get think about this. You get the attention on you before you're. Now you have the clout to hire a better trainer,
Yeah.
Right.
and train with better fighters,
Yeah, and
because-
better equipment.
Yeah,
He's doing.
You can train like the Russians and not
pay
Rocky.
per view numbers. Pay per view numbers. He's doing
But I was
better
ex-
than some of the top pound for pound guys. you
well,
know,
I was
like-
excited for him to fight Mike because
Yeah.
what it's going to do culturally. It was just
Yeah.
everyone's going to watch that fight. It will be the biggest watched fight in history of combat sports ever.
Yeah.
Because it brings a whole demographic that's never going to watch a fight or that's
Right.
going to stream it free.
Right.
Well, it was going to be on Netflix
Yeah,
exclusively.
yeah.
So like,
Wow.
you can't pirate that shit.
Right.
That's unpiratable.
Right.
So like, it was going to bring the biggest like recorded shakeup to this thing. So hopefully, I think they get to try to run it back in November or something. Hopefully, it happens.
Yeah.
So is the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson thing kind of like the LeBron Michael Jordan thing?
Yes. I would say not. Well,
Nah.
I'm only saying generationally speaking.
yes.
Like you didn't.
I'll say this. Not on a fight level, on a popularity
marketing level, on a marketing level.
On a marketing
yes,
level.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
On a fight level, that's why I said because on a fight level, you're comparing like a LeBron and a Mike because they're both professional, professionally
Right.
that person, MVP, but best of all time, GOAT. Well, for Jake Paul, he didn't grow up in the fight world. He didn't work his way through the rankings, so
Okay.
you can't say it for him.
Right,
not saying he's not bad.
but if for somebody who knows nothing about them, you can
Yeah.
say, that's kind of like
From a popularity standpoint,
Yeah.
yes. Now, like I think when you have the conversation with LeBron and Mike, it's about who was the best.
Right.
I mean, that's not even.
All right.
Who's,
So
who's your
who's
vote?
yours?
Who's your vote?
Huh?
Who's your vote?
I mean, Mike Tyson. Oh, on
Basketball.
on Jordan and LeBron?
fuck. I don't know, man.
Jordan. I am Jordan all the way.
I lean towards Jordan,
Me
and
too.
I'm a huge basketball guy. And I wanted to bring up the story to you. I'm glad we're turning into basketball, right? So I'm a huge Dallas Mavericks fan.
Uh-huh.
I love Dallas.
They got close, bro.
Yeah, they got close. Very devastating for me. Anyways, do you have a daughter that's a Mavericks fan?
Yes. Chelsea.
Chelsea. Okay, so this is really weird. So like I was so I'm on this Facebook group and it's called MFFLs, which is Mavericks Fans for Life. And it's just fans in there talking. They'll post like, "Hey, I'm at the game," or "Hey, like go Mavs tonight," like shit like that.
Yeah.
So I was just scrolling through and looking and I saw this girl who had your last name.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, let me click on it." So I clicked on her. Like we're not friends or anything, but I just saw her profile and I went through her photos and it was, I guess, your daughter.
Yeah, it's my daughter.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh shit, that's wild," Because
Yeah.
I was just scrolling through
She
like,
was
my Mavericks.
she was
fans
6
page.
when I married Cheryl.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was Cheryl's from a previous marriage, but yeah,
Right.
Chelsea. She's the one she's the jet engine mechanic in
Okay.
Houston. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she
small world, bro.
takes her sports super seriously.
Yeah.
So you say about Mavericks, you were going that direction.
No, we're talking about who's better. He had to explain why.
Right,
He thought
but-
that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, I was just kind of.
Oh, you were segueing to that.
story.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But yeah, Jordan's my guy.
Jordan,
Yeah.
mine too.
Yeah.
But dude, here's another thing to think about. The sport has evolved.
Question. Okay, so this is the Cape. Did this smell sweet to you?
I still haven't touched it yet.
Yeah, it does smell sweet.
But is it because of the stuff we've had before,
No,
or this
it's
is the way it is?
sweet. No, it's sweet.
It smells
Okay.
sweet.
Is it supposed to be additive free? Oh God, I'm becoming that person.
It's a Blanco. Oh,
Did that go down the wrong pipe or something?
it is bitter.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
It's almost like tart.
Made my
Yeah.
nose itch.
It's
That's something you drink with meat, not with fruit.
Yeah.
oh, the sides, the after.
It's real bitter coming off this. having a
And
little
it
bit
could
of
be,
cookie.
again, it could be the chocolate
I
chip
know.
cookie, but
I was trying to let it settle before I tried something else. I'm gonna have to get this drink. That's why I started bringing my little like mixer right here. I'm like,
you would need to bring pickles next time.
Yeah.
I don't know about pickles on tequila.
Oh, you never had pickles with tequila?
I'm saying I don't know about. Does it help
It does. It's good.
shift it up? I mean,
Yes, it really because it enhances those taste buds that the tequila doesn't touch.
Yeah.
And so it's like an explosion, but then so when you go back each time, it's like fresh. It's not like this tastes the same. It's been tasted.
Try another hit at it after I got a little bit of other citrus in there.
It hits.
I don't know that one. That time
Tasted different the second time.
behind the citrus. That time it tasted like one ride to me. There was never an up or down.
It's almost. I don't drink whiskey, but if I drank whiskey,
Nah.
I think because like people talk about like the heat it gives you when you drink it. That's all I'm talking about, like the heat.
I thought you were talking about the flavor. I was like,
No, just like the heat of something that I don't know.
That's the closest to mezcal we have on the table. That's for sure.
But there's nothing. There's nothing. What I guess what upsets me is at least each one of these three we've had so far have had their own personality. As much as these two kind of tasted similar in the sense of being sweeter,
Yeah.
they had their own personality. I'm waiting to taste the personality that this has.
Yeah. It
You
definitely
know what I'm
doesn't have
saying?
one.
Yeah.
It's like what sets you apart? You're all made from the same thing, but what is it that's setting you apart? What is there about you that gonna make me, get you over the other one?
I want to taste the reposado now because I'm interested to know what direction it goes in
Give it a shot.
from here. This one. I'm saying this
oh.
reposado.
Right.
Now I want to taste
you
that
wanna taste it, right.
reposado.
See if they did anything
yes,
with it
I want
from
to
that
see
point.
what the barrels did to that bitter taste.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because but here's my question: is there a reposado we absolutely love that we hadn't had or that we've had the Blanco of that we didn't like, and then it's setting up an amazing reposado.
Yeah.
Maybe your Blanco has to be a certain way.
Dude, it'd be cool to try just do like like the line.
Yeah, we're
kinda
gonna have
like,
to.
Like,
Well, I
like the
know
same
for a
brand that
fact-
we do the Blanco.
We'll
Reposado.
run that back next time.
I know for a fact of a silver and a reposado that we've had sequentially. Actually, two of them. One was Fortaleza,
Yeah.
and then the other one was Pantalones.
Yep.
Yeah.
We tried each one of those, and actually in succession for the Pantalones because
Yeah, but we didn't do it on the same show.
no, we
should've done
didn't.
the Same show.
Well, we're gonna have to get.
That's coming next.
We have
You would
to
think
get
if
one, but we can't do like 4 brands and 3
No, we'll
because
do
I
one.
won't be able to walk out of here.
We'll do one.
But we'll do like one brand.
We'll do one.
that.
Like
Yeah.
say you run Who songs all the way to platinum.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Or whatever. I'll just see what we can do.
That'd be cool.
We'll round it up.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still shook that you've never like watched or been to like a combat sport.
I haven't, and
Well,
well, I mean,
he's been everywhere else. Fucking. I've been there. You ever get the burger joint right there on the corner? That's his guy.
I know Julio, man. Because and a lot of it is
You're the Joey Diaz of tequila, or like a fucking I don't know, like networking. It's like, oh, you've been there. Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there. But and I don't know if it's because now I've seen it. I mean, like I've seen it like clips and on ESPN and stuff like that. But as far as I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna watch from go to tap out.
I would love to take you. I'd love to take you. Let's just all get a table at the next one.
Hell yeah.
You want to get a table at the next one?
Yeah.
We'll sponsor. We'll team
Yeah.
up and we'll do it. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do that. And you're coming. You got to go.
Well, good, but you're gonna have to explain to me just
Because
like
normally I go and
Daryl
I have
did.
to commentate, so I don't get to enjoy it. So I'd like to actually
Right.
for us to go and actually
right.
hang out, drink, talk shit. We could get up, hit him instead of
But
like
even-
me being technical
Yeah,
up
be like,
there.
Stop. But like even with like Joe Rogan and the Fight Companion, podcast that they do, I become more understanding because I'm not watching it, but I'm hearing him talk about and I hear him talk about moves and things like that, and so in that sense, I get a feel for how it is. It's like with jiu-jitsu type of thing or a boxing kind of thing, and so.
Well, I'll tell you this. So, good friend of mine, Jeff. You've met him, Jeff. He lives across the street from me. Barbecues with us
Jeff,
sometimes.
I like
You
Jeff.
know
He's a
Jeff.
great guy, yeah.
So Jeff was telling me the other day. He's like, "Man, I really got to tell you, when y'all doing the next?" He is a huge supporter of Tequila Talk, and we have converted him from whiskey and rum and beer, almost beer. Not he's still going to drink his beer, like the 7-Tap, but he's swaying towards the tequila. And he said, "Man, I really love this because the Tequila Talk, I can like drink and watch it, and it feels like I'm there with y'all."
Oh, cool.
So I think knowing that, like, I'm just going to tell everyone, if you're going to consume this show, wait and do it when you're having a glass of whatever it is, tequila,
Yeah.
beer, whatever, because I think the vibe, and I've got that from multiple people, but he just recently told me that this past week. So
I
I
never
wondered,
even thought about that.
like, if you're going to sit down and watch this show, grab you a drink and hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
for sure.
That is real. I never even thought about that. Okay, the third sip tasted different than the first two,
Yeah. Maybe it's just growing on us.
but it's going the other way for me.
Or maybe it's
okay.
just, it's going, For me, it's going good.
Yeah.
For me, it's going bad.
up.
Really? No,
Yeah.
it keeps getting sweeter to me. I think we're just getting more oxygen. in there.
For me, it keeps getting bitter.
Really? Mm-hmm. I noticed it's bitter on the back. On the front, it's not bitter. Now it's gotten sweet on the front. Maybe it's just the oxygen.
It could be because it's very tangy. Very at the end of this one, it's very on the tongue and in the back of the throat. It's very tangy versus getting warmer.
On the
It's getting
tongue,
colder.
I'm sitting bitter, but not initially at the end.
But it lingers.
Yeah, it's lingering.
Definitely lingers.
Well, we gotta go Mikasa now.
let's do it.
Mikasa.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we've had a lot, like we've drunk a lot? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm getting that feeling.
I don't know, man. I think I'm just lightweight these days.
You know what I am too, because you know what my favorite thing in the world right now is a nap. Do not underestimate the power of a nap.
Let's see what this is about. Again, this was a free gift, so
Hey,
Those are the best kind.
take it.
Better than gifts you have to pay for, huh?
yeah.
I love the artwork on it.
We'll go a little bit. I think I already got my vote.
You know what?
We'll
I'm going to
see.
try it in a new glass.
There you go.
So I can't swish pickle juice around in there. Gosh.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Salud.
guys.
Cheers.
Oh, fuck, that's strong.
God damn.
I haven't even tasted it yet. I looked at both of you like, okay, let's go, man.
That hit.
Man, who taught you into this shit, Jose?
I guess it was free.
I guess, well, you know what? Like, look, we got 20 containers of
Listen
this stuff,
here,
which is
boys and
amazing.
girls. It's free's not always good.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh,
All right, run this nom, Ben. $14.99.
$14.99. Let's see here.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Man, that hits hard.
That's
It runs through. It said important. It runs through Brands, Fort Worth, Texas. Casa. I don't know. I don't have much info on it. But he said that's their tequila. Like,
Well, they carry a bunch of brands, I guess.
Okay.
But that's the one he sent me. I'll have to be like, that one.
hey,
Send me another
next.
it's not pulling anything up.
$14.99.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, $14.99. Let's see.
Bootleg.
Hold on a second. I mean, it could just be the app and the.
No, that's weird.
Okay. Chinaco, Talero, Corazon.
Corazon?
What? The Corazon de Jalisco.
Oh.
Not Corazon like we've had before.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't recognize any of
So
these.
they must be another one of those.
Oh, that's cool.
big,
Lucha
like-
Tequila.
Oh,
Look at that. How cool is that?
Lucha
Look at-
Libre?
Yeah, look at the
Oh,
bottles.
shit.
How
Oh,
cool
we're
is
gonna
that?
try that.
Not if it tastes like this.
Yeah.
I'll fucking also try it. We'll just
Yeah,
bring
they've
some-
got 5 pages of
cocktail back in here.
5 pages. Not as many as the other company, but
Yeah.
they've got quite a few of their brands that go through there. Still on my tongue. Okay, now, do you think eating the chocolate chip cookies has messed up any of our palates?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm just making sure because
don't
those are
think so.
homemade. So,
It's better than the first one,
Yeah,
but it's still rough.
it's pretty rough.
Man, I really hated
it's like
that.
a shock wave. It's like it just goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bottom of the list today for sure. But I hated that. I was so rough on the Cape Horn at first because
Yeah,
I
it
really
grew on
liked
me,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
it
me
grew
too.
on me a lot.
Me too. Yeah, like I said. Oh wait, was this the one I said was
No,
going further away?
you said it went backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
For me,
after I said that, the very last one I took actually
so
was kind of nice. So it
you're
took
a
me
late bloomer.
yeah,
Late
it took me a
bloomer.
while. It took a
Late
while
bloomer.
for it to get to me.
I also feel like this one's warm for no reason. Like it's not like a
Motherfucker's
temp thing.
hot,
It's just
dude.
fucking
It is hot.
And it's man, it'll clear your sinuses. This is one of those things when the cop pulls you over. Yeah, you can smell this.
Oh, you're fucked.
Shush.
What? How did the hot dog beer go? I saw
It was
that.
good, dude. Well, so like a lot of people were like, "Don't put hot dogs in this shit," and it was like,
No, you know the water
There's
that
no,
you
like-
boil hot dogs
yeah,
in?
there's no.
That's
no,
what we're doing.
Yeah.
There's no hot dogs, no chili, no cheese, or
No,
anything like that.
just a branding thing.
Well, so Sam's like obsessed with chili cheese dogs, dude, and he loves like Wolf Brand chili,
Oh, yeah.
and like that's his shit, dude.
what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, like he loves that shit, and
Yeah.
it's just like okay, like, and so we were trying to come up with names, and we run out of shit all the time. And
Yeah.
I think someone was like, "Let's call it chili cheese dog."
Every time I say one's my favorite, you come up with another. Snakes and Sparklers is great though. They have
Yeah.
the Snakes and
And see,
Sparklers.
I wish I liked beer because
Yeah.
I would
I
be there
just
like,
it
okay,
for-
give me,
I just like
I'm
it for I just like it for like marketing though.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not drinking any of your
right.
Yeah. Nah, dude. Yeah, it's been the name coming up with sometimes, and sometimes it's just like a fucking inside.
Well, I
joke.
want to know what's the most volume sold beer now.
dude.
If we're looking at metrics based on opening day of this new location.
So it's so wild over there because it fluctuates by the day. And
I'm just talking about like if you take all the beer you have,
Yeah.
and what's the number one?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like the numbers are like really, really close.
Okay.
So what's happened is it's of course the lighter beers, but it's the EBM, which I thought was going to be like the one that like sold the most, but it's literally like very like close with like EBM, the Don Pablo, and then the Cajun. Like those three are like, it's like every day you'll see like EBM's the top seller, Cajun's the top seller, Don Pablo's the top seller.
All right, so if the alcohol and tobacco came in, they said, okay, we made a new law. You can only manufacture one brand, flavor type. Which of those three would you do?
Ooh, I already
that's
know.
that's crazy.
I know.
It'd probably be Cajun.
What?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Don Pablo.
No, well,
Dude.
yeah, no, you're right. From a personal standpoint, from a
No,
business
I'm not even
stand-
saying for personal standpoint. I just like I hear that one more.
Yeah. So
in the wild.
yeah, from a personal standpoint, it'd be Don Pablo because that's my baby. But from a marketing, sales wise,
Cajun.
You'd move forward with the
Really?
Cajun.
Yeah.
With the crawfish.
with the crawfish, dude. It's been
Now, before you had two distilleries, would that have been your answer back then too? If you were making that?
no, and it's just because Cajun's like taken off.
Okay.
Like it's like that brand has like grown,
Right.
and we're making like so it turned into a beer that we did during crawfish season. To now it's going to be a year round.
No shit.
Yeah, because it's that good. So
But crawfish? Do you think it was just the what made it blow up? Was it
I
was
think
it the marketing? Like
Yeah,
when
I
I
think-
say marketing, like not your marketing, the consumer marketing.
no, yeah, it was marketing for sure
I forgot.
on both sides.
Wait, before we get too mad at this, it's got more.
That's
It's
true.
45.5.
Yeah, but
By
that's not
volume.
a big difference. Well, apparently,
Hey,
it
when you're
is.
driving 240 and going to 241, that's a difference. That's a big
Yeah.
difference, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But that could be why it tastes so strong.
I almost mentioned that at the beginning, but I couldn't remember which one was the strongest. That could have been that. But my question is, why make it a higher alcohol volume if you're
That's
sacrificing flavor?
Yeah.
Good point. And maybe it was just something that they decided to do. I don't know.
Or is it used for base or something like?
I don't know.
But still, so consumer generated marketing, you think, or
That and then like our branding on
Your
that
branding,
beer
okay.
also. Which right now we're having to change the branding on it, but that's a whole
how many-
story.
Whoa.
Till off air.
okay?
But-
how many photos have you gotten of somebody with that and some crawfish?
a lot.
Because
A lot.
when I sent him one day, I was like, I already know this dude. Look, I was like, shout out to Jeff because Jeff was talking about Jeff Barbecue Jeff. So like, he took that photo and he was like, I was like, dude, yeah, I'm gonna send it to Jose.
Yeah.
But then I sent it to Jose. I'm like, how many photos does he get of this
Yeah.
shit on a daily basis?
A
He's
lot.
probably tired of seeing them.
And I tell you one that was really cool. Like this past baseball season, is we got it into Alex Box, which is LSU's baseball stadium.
Yeah.
And like when people were sending us those pics of like them drinking our beer in the baseball stadium, which I'm hoping this coming up football season, it's going to be in Tiger Stadium.
Fuck yeah.
So like for any listeners, you can drink 7 Tap at Tiger Stadium.
So any
That's about to be like
Tiger Athletic Foundation voters should
yeah,
approve
push
this.
for 7 Tap at Tiger Stadium.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So they're actually gonna have you go down. You got to take people with you to go down and install it, right? So we're
Yeah.
gonna
I hope.
check that. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. So now it's been what, 3 months since you've been started down there?
Like 4 or 5.
4 or 5. So have you gotten into a good groove, or is every day still a new adventure?
Every day's still a new adventure,
Wow.
dude. I mean, you deal with like the shit from employees, the shit from like, hey, we're running out of this, we're running out of wings, we're running out of fries, shit like that. It's still,
Well, how's the I'm just waiting on some little like food blog to stop through and hit you up on this burger.
I
Dude.
hope, dude.
I feel
Yeah, well,
like
I
it's
thought we were
gonna
gonna have
come any
I
day
thought we were
now.
gonna have burgers this time. Or were we gonna go
Oh, we
down?
don't up until 4. So
Oh, that's right.
That's your problem, bro.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
yeah,
your problem. That's not our problem.
That's right. Oh, sweet.
Is that where we're going around again?
No, I've because I'm still going to. I've had those burgers and they're really, really good. But yeah, no, that was. I don't know what the hell we're talking.
No, I was just saying like a food blog, like hitting him up on his burger because I know
Yeah.
some local guys like shouted you out.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I think it's got potential for sure.
yeah.
So do you feel more stressed, or is it a good stress? Now that you've got 2 locations.
I think it's almost just become baseline, where it's like you.
It's kind of like I've gone this far. Right?
Yeah, you've grown accustomed to rolling with the punches, so it's like, okay, what kind of bullshit we dealing with today, so it's good. I wouldn't trade it. I at this point, like even on like the downs,
Right.
or like the negatives that you experience as a business owner, I think about it and it's like, dude, I wouldn't trade this. Like I wouldn't even know what to do with my life.
let
Like
me
if this
ask
shit
you-
gone away, like what the fuck?
Let me
would I
ask
do?
you a strategic question. So like, do you have a newfound respect for the restaurant owner? 1 and
Yes.
2, and 2 is, do you have a newfound opinion on places that you used to be idolized for you?
Yeah.
And now if you would go back, would you look at them differently based on your now current perspective? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. I've definitely like gained a huge respect for like the kitchen life. Like it's it's something like.
Well, I've told you they're nomads. They're gypsies.
Yeah.
They're just a breed, a
Yeah, and
certain
some of these
breed.
people are literally like your hardest workers in the establishment, and at the end of the day, like they make the shit go right, like because it's kind of turned into this thing where it's like we're at Shreveport, we're a destination, like people were going there for the beer. Here, like now people have found out the burger, so now we're dealing with people that like they're not even gonna fucking drink a beer, but they've heard about this burger and they want to try that burger.
So would you rather be a beer joint with good burgers or a great burger place with beer?
So I struggle with that one because I've had those people, like I said, that just come in for the burger, right? And I still want them to like know, like I'm not a restaurant, I'm a brewery, and we're a damn good one,
Right.
like so.
But I think when you asked him that question, now he can answer it both ways because he has an establishment that isn't that,
Yeah,
Right.
and then he has another one that's completely different. And the
Right.
cultures are.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
It's
told you that,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I think we all talked about that on here, but I knew it was gonna like the culture. I knew. It
Oh
was
no,
gonna
it
be-
is totally different. When I walk
Well,
in,
but what my initial when you told us and we talked about it even before when we talked about it amongst
Yeah,
each other
yeah.
months before we announced it, or you announced it, excuse me. I felt like for a moment we talked about this. You were going to bring a new culture
Yeah,
into existing culture, but now it's just like a whole nother culture came out of
yeah.
like another fucking direct. I'm just like, what is this? You
Yeah,
know?
no, it's pretty wild. I think we get like a mix, I think, down there of people, and also like being introduced to people down here to like, hey, this is a craft beer, but it's not, you can drink this, right?
What's
Like,
been the feedback there? How have you like navigated the waters of introducing like craft to an area that's just like high volume?
dude? Honestly, it's kind of happened like very seamlessly. Like people are like they come in and they'll go, hey, like, and I think now we're established enough to people know where we are, so people that come there know what they're getting.
But the delivery can't be the same here as it is there.
No, it's more of a here. You have a lighter beer drinking crowd.
But
So
I mean delivery by like I sit down. Any person that goes to a brewery, especially if it's their first time,
yeah,
I sit down and then the bartender says X, Y, Z. I feel like the order of operations here are different.
yeah,
than
they
the other
are.
one. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
are, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also, even from like a different standpoint, it's also like such a different clientele in the fact that like not even like the crowds. It's more of like I feel like the East Bank is a moving place, right? So like when someone comes to our brewery in Linwood, that's their purpose. Like we're gonna go to 7 Tap and we're gonna drink beer. Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the point. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what we're doing.
And that's what I'm saying. So you cater to that type, whereas
Right.
here it's like, do you want to put them a couple? You're not going to spend, not that you don't want to, but you're not going to spend 10 minutes with that person. You're going to spend 1 minute.
Right.
Whereas there,
Yeah.
that bartender is going to spend 10 minutes.
Right. But it's also with the understanding that the crowd down here is a moving crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they might have chose you for dinner tonight.
Right.
But
They're not staying there to hang out.
And they're there to eat and get on with the party, right? Kind of thing. And it's like it's people that like I think support this area, not support this area, but they know that this is their area, so they kind of come down here and they're like, are we eating 7 Tap? Are we eating Bojack's? Are we going to P-Row? What are we doing? And it's also with the understanding that like you're literally just going to have these people for like a short time. Like they're coming and moving, right?
Right.
Like they came in, they're having a burger, they're going to drink a couple beers.
They
and then they're
didn't
going
make
down
your
the stage.
establishment their night.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They didn't
yeah.
go there with the intent of just staying there and hanging
Yeah,
out there.
and that's
the
Linwood
a good point.
situation where it's good, you know, because it creates this nice, calm
Well,
family
that's
atmosphere.
the real brewery feel.
right.
You know, like that's what it's a destination.
Yeah.
We're going to go have a couple beers, have food, not get too drunk, and we're going to go about our day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I experienced that when I went to Minnesota because it was Oktoberfest, first of all, and then all these, craft breweries. And I meant to talk to you about that when I gotten back because a buddy of mine, one of the buddies I went with, he loves home brews, the craft beer. So we went to like 5 different craft places. I had like a hard ale or something like that at one place, but it was very like, okay, we went to each one of these places. We sat down at the bar. They gave them like a 3 or 4 things on a flight. Yeah, that's a flight of different types of things. They would drink it, and I was just kind of sitting there like, cool. I got there's no food, there's nothing to eat here.
I just had an idea. Josh, let's get some beer up here.
Dude.
Can he run down and grab some
Oh,
beer?
well, we don't.
You're open.
Yeah, we're open. We don't have to go beers down there.
You don't have a can?
Oh, you don't have the thing for
We
that?
don't have cans.
You got cups?
We got cups.
Can you bring what's the go-to if he brings 3 cups up here?
Let's do like an EBM, a Cajun, and Don Pablo.
And we'll all just pour it in the glasses.
Yeah.
Hey, is that on you? You gonna let him know?
Yeah. Tell him Jose sent you. Colby's there. Tell him Jose needs him for the podcast.
Boom. Let's do it, dude. Look, I feel like if we're gonna talk about this
That's
beer,
a good point. If we're gonna talk about it, do it. Say something.
because we
about
did it, but you didn't get to do it. I did it with them twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did it with you and Colby, and I did it with you and Sam. Like they were talking about the beer. They
Yeah,
got
I've
me
been throwing
drinking.
up in a long time,
Dude,
so this
I'm
is
not a
good. It's a good idea.
big. But here's I want you to experience it because holy shit, I didn't think about that till right now. But I've sit here and I don't like beer,
Right.
But I still tried it.
Yeah,
And
no, I did because when I would go when I help you out for the the
We did
the
try a
thing,
couple
we
things
did
there,
try a
but-
couple things, which by the way I do miss those when you and I would just
I
hang
know
out.
we
got
got
to
to go back.
Those.
But those other guys are coming
anybody
up over there,
listening,
you
and
know,
I've
let
said
them do it.
anybody listening, if you want pulled pork, oh my God, the best pulled pork in the world is DJ's Pork and Fork.
No, it is great. I haven't told you this, but me and Colby have already had discussions about doing a pork and fork burger one day. If
Let's
you would be
fucking
down.
go,
Bro.
I'm down, dude.
I'm talking about
fucking
like
down.
double smash patty, some
Pulled
pulled pork.
pork. Oh,
on that motherfucker, a
let's go.
barbecue sauce,
Let's
and
go.
Maybe like slaw on that
Let's
motherfucker.
go. I got the slaw too. Let's
Slaw,
go.
yes,
Let's
slaw
go, dude.
all
I'm
day.
fucking
So
down.
that's like my because I want to collaborate with people. I want to do like these special
That's
burgers.
Dude, let's
awesome.
fucking
and
go.
stuff. Dude. That Father's Day burger we did was off the fucking chain.
I didn't get to eat it because it was so crazy down here.
Dude, we got fucked. I had never seen
Dude, I hate
shit.
that you didn't make. No, you did. You were here for a sec. That's right. You
I was
you
here
got the
just
gym,
during,
but
just
that's right.
because I want to taste the.
That's right.
That was the worst.
You didn't
I
get to
ever
hang
seen.
out though. This is the first
No.
time I was involved with the car show, and Ben hadn't been like hands on. You know,
Yeah, no, because I want to come say hi to everybody, and he had the bacon.
the bacon
The
jam.
bacon
slider.
jam.
yeah, those
but
are
but what did I tell you? What did
Yeah.
I tell you about it? Because I told him, I was like, okay,
He's gonna call me out.
I like it, but
Yeah.
and it was that he hadn't seasoned the pork like he usually does. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
because I've eaten his so much, I was expecting that flavor
Yeah.
complemented with this
He was
other.
like, it's not, and it's because I didn't, I ran a rush the night before, and I didn't have my normal rub, so I subbed one, and this some motherfucker caught it.
Yeah.
well,
Just
no,
been judging. Y'all been
I'm
judging
just
too
saying,
much barbecue.
I'm just
man.
saying because I know the flavor of your pulled pork. Because like when I would help him, I hope you don't mind me telling people this, but
No.
like when I'd help him, I wouldn't let him pay me. I'm like, no, you're not gonna pay me. I want some pulled pork. And my wife loves it too, so he'd give us like a pan of it, sometimes a big pan, and I'd separate it, put it in, gallon Ziplocs and smash it down and make it, nice and flat, pull it out. But And so Cheryl loves it, and I love it. But my favorite dish with his pulled pork is what?
It's gonna be pork and grits.
Pork and grits. Oh my God! And Cheryl's like, I like his pork, but don't put it in my grits. But I will eat like 2 cups of grits with the pulled pork because the flavor is so good that the grit absorbs it better than the saltiness of everything, and it absorbs it versus like 2 different flavors. Like like I've had grits and stuff before, and it just tasted like grits and another product.
Yeah.
Yours really marries it's just, and
Well, thanks,
I haven't had it for a while.
dude. I'm excited. You tell me when. I'm fucking
let's
down.
That's
I'll do it
awesome.
tomorrow.
we need to be prepared because
Logistically, we just gotta do one. It's gonna be a good time. 2, logistically, we just need to know. Okay, well, how much do we need to do?
Yeah.
You know.
No, because it's dude. I'm telling you, like that Sunday when we did the Father's Day burger, we had to stop orders at one point.
Well, because it changed. You had a shift in your
Right.
Like your transition. Got what
Yeah.
you added another what?
Now,
30 seconds,
is that
maybe?
the only burger you were serving that day, or
No, so
could
we were
people get
serving,
both?
like our regular menu, but then like it was like the Father's Day burger, which was like a double burger.
Do you think you like maybe if you do a signature burger, you take something else out to make up for the time, or do you think it would matter?
Or do you
Yeah,
just
I don't
think this
know.
was brand new, so it just
No,
if it
people
was
just showed up out of nowhere. Like what I'm saying, like we were like, dude, we had never done more than like a 25-minute ticket time on our busiest. We were like up in the 30s, and it was to the point where we had to stop orders because Colby was like, "We're seriously affecting the quality of this burger."
That dude,
okay.
shout out,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
shout
yeah,
out,
yeah.
shout out.
Yeah,
dude.
and I was, and like me and him talked, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine with it because I'd rather someone give me a bad review and say, hey, we went to 7th Tap, they stopped taking orders, as opposed to like, we got their burger, it was shit.
yeah, because
You
they won't
know?
come back again.
Yeah.
No, shout out to y'all for realizing that. And yeah, I think I was talking.
Now, whose idea was that?
Huh?
Colby's?
I mean, yeah, because Colby was like, I was just running Expo, so
Yeah.
like that's what I'm kind of doing mostly these days. And Colby was like on the line helping them out, and he's just like, dude, we're seriously like.
That's so. What's his background?
He's a firefighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's damage control.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I always like to think of like when I my favorite type of book or my favorite type of story is an autobiography.
Yeah.
And so, hearing what, people's life, and sometimes not even like, super famous people, but like, Michael J. Fox, his book,
Yeah.
Always Looking Up, great book. Love that book.
did you
So-
see that
so-
recent video where he went on?
He played guitar?
Stage guitar.
Yeah, I
That
saw
was
that. That was
Did you
great.
see it?
No, I did
dude,
not.
it's-
I
we
did
got
see
some
him
link.
one time at a Fan Expo. It was like the whole cast from Back to the Future.
Oh, shit.
And they were like, don't take pictures, don't blah, blah, blah. But I was like, so I took mental pictures. Here come the beer.
Look at him, got a tray.
Wow, you made it up the spiral staircase in that
Are
too.
you like reliving some of your past experiences? Cajun. Can we? There's a couple more glasses.
You can taste the lightness.
there.
You can see the lightness of the.
You gonna partake with us?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna stay.
I'm proud of my boy. He's taking a little time off.
Really?
Good.
From drinking?
Yeah.
Ah, good.
My body's been getting
He's just trying to find what's good and what's
Yeah,
bad for him. You
Colby's
know,
been doing it
it
too,
takes
man.
it's kind of like a elimination diet.
Yeah, Colby got off of it too, and I was like, shit.
How many? We need more. Probably a couple more.
I'll just pour it in my tequila.
Let's pour it in the same glass every time.
Yeah, why not?
So you drinking beer?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's
try
gonna
it.
Try it. And then there's the slab. There's a slab in the fridge too.
Yeah.
You know what I always think
slab.
about when I do these things?
Not much.
If in like 5 years I'm applying for some company somewhere, and they go take a deep dive into my name and my experience, and I'm like, yes, sir, I'm a hard worker, and I'm this and that, and no, bro, we saw you get hammered. It's on YouTube,
All right,
Jay.
so-
It's everywhere. Yeah, our political
You are-
careers are over.
We're gonna have the exact same combo as we were talking about taking one from a silver to a
So you
platinum.
advise us.
Yeah.
So you advise us of what order we're gonna take these because you're a connoisseur, especially.
So-
I've never done a beer tasting
So
in my life.
tell us what it is and explain.
So EBM is our house lager. So this is like the lightest beer we make.
I can see that.
It's a just a base beer, like for us. But also we wanted to have something with a little flavor that like I can drink on the day. Like this is like if I'm working down here, this is my go-to. Because
Okay.
I know I can have 2 or 3 of them. I'm good.
Right.
Right. Don
So when you
Pablo-
mow your grass and drink, or is it kind of
yeah,
thing?
yeah. It's kind of So I hate comparing them to the big boys, but this is our Bud Light.
Well, let's just run. You explain that one. Let's run a taste on it, and then we can roll into the another one. I think that'd be the best way to do it.
I'll drink more. Don't worry, man.
Yeah, I'm not. You're gonna probably take 90% of this one. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude, I'm gonna do more than that. I'm gonna do more than that. Come on now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do more than that.
You gotta do more than that, bro. Give the man a good fair run. So this is EBM, lightest beer.
Yep.
And this is gonna be if I was when you and I were in high school.
Yep.
This is the kind of beer with introductory beer.
That's right.
Is it because it's the cheapest or because it gets you drunk the fastest?
All of the above.
Yeah. It is the cheapest beer to make. I mean, but also with these kind of beers, like people assume, oh, it's a basic beer. They're actually the hardest ones to make because if I fuck that one up, you're gonna taste it. Right. It's not like IPA where we're hopping the shit out of it. It's not like one of our other beers. It's like.
Cheers! Shout out to 7 Tap.
Yeah. Like
right,
yeah,
like EBM. Isn't it so different? You're not a beer drinker, neither am I, but it's a lot more tolerable now that we've been doing this and then we're messing with taste. We're not messing with enjoyment of drink.
It's like a firework.
Yeah.
It's like flavor. No, that's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. It's not like some tequilas like it tastes like that when you start it and when it goes all the way down. But this has a buildup, a flavor.
I imagine you'll probably go around 2.5 hours because you're at 121 right now, but you're not even close to being done drinking beer. So I'm gonna meet Mike at his place.
You good, bro? Oh, okay.
I just restarted that.
Word. All right.
30. Thank you.
25.
All right. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
But I can taste now, and I don't drink or eat gluten or anything, but I can taste wheat now more than ever, and I think it's doing it.
Is that the flavor that I'm tasting?
It's wheat at the end, but it's because there's the hops. Yeah. But it's because I think we're off that. We're off that back over here.
Yeah.
And it's so much more distinct than if I were just to try it and be like, what is that?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of base grain going into that. Like, there's nothing crazy about it. It's just.
Now, how do you pick that?
I mean, it's
like,
just,
is it an availability thing? Is it availability over quality, or is it just like, is there a lot of options?
Right now, we're good on that. I think the availability is out there, but it's just kind of like going through like what people use.
That's another hang up, right?
Yeah.
Because there may be one specific way you want to do things, but you can't based on the law that gives you the access to the distributor where you can.
Yeah. There's a lot of we got to run around a lot of fucking circles.
I just start thinking about that logistically. I'm like, dude, I wanted to make this one fucking beer, but I can't get this one fucking grain or this one fucking hop,
right?
Because of this XYZ distributor.
Yeah, hops are a little different. Those are like they can become harder to get depending on the strain or whatever.
All right, so where are we going next?
Well, since baking bread, I definitely understand the
this is
yeast
Don Pablo. So Don Pablo is our Dos Equis.
That's my shirt. I wore that shirt today.
Yeah.
My Don Pablo shirt.
I need some new swag, and I got some swag for y'all too.
I need to get some new shit myself.
This is the only EBM shirt I have.
I was saying I need some new 7 Tap swag.
No, I need to design. I need to get some more shit printed out.
That's another thing about. Isn't it cool, like being a destination to where people come there and they're like, I want a T-shirt.
I want a T-shirt. Yes.
Yeah. No,
that's the type of person I am. Like I always want to get a T-shirt.
I'm a T-shirt guy. Oh, I love a T-shirt. I love a good T-shirt.
Are you supposed to do it just like tequila? You smell it a little bit, like.
I mean, not necessarily on these.
I think it's habitual for me at least right now.
Me too. Like, you did it, so I did it. I feel like
when
I
we get into like our IPAs and shit like that, like maybe it's.
It's brighter. It's tangier.
Yeah, it's a little heavier. It's a little malty. But it's a Mexican lager. I mean, that's your like Dos Equis, Modelo.
What makes it a Mexican lager?
So we use actually like opposed to like the grain we use.
The percentage of Mexicans more.
Opposed to like just the grain we use, we also use like rice in that.
So why it's not Asian then?
Huh?
Why is it not
Asian? That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was going to say. But
well, no, that's the style.
He beat me to the racism.
That's where they come up with that style.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Using rice.
Yeah.
Are they sound checking over here? Is that what that is? Oh, okay.
That's what it is. It's
like that's an 8 by 10 ton.
We're never
right
running this late.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we are, but we haven't. Last time we ran in the evening, it wasn't a music night.
I taste that. I wish I could figure out what that flavor is. It's a nice, homey, warm flavor. And it doesn't just hit one spot. It goes all the way around.
Would we take? Would Slab come next or would Cajun go next? In order
They're
operation?
very similar. They're actually the same style. We just
Okay.
switched like a little bit up for this.
I got you.
Because so we knew we wanted to do a Kolsch again, and that's when I got with Chris.
What's the Kolsch?
Kolsch is kind of like your blend between like a blonde ale and an actual lager. So it's kind of like that in between.
Okay.
But at the time we had Cajun, right? So Cajun ended after crawfish season, and we're like, man, people really love our Kolsch. And with them, like we've done a collaboration every year, and it was it used to be a double IPA, which it was called Candy on Chrome, which the fucking art was brilliant, the marketing on it was brilliant, but obviously for when you're doing a collab with these guys, like the culture you want to appeal to is probably a lighter beer drinker. So that's why we were like, let's rebrand the Kolsch, change minor things. So it's very similar to Cajun. So honestly, like we could drink either or. I won't put y'all through 2 more beers. So we can.
No,
we can
that's
drink
good.
either.
No, because I always think, okay, so we have a product. It's almost like how it's made. You got a whole team of people testing. Let's try something this.
Yeah.
Let's try something that.
Yeah.
Because you're not like your Coors and Coors Light, where like that's all we do is Coors and Coors Light. You've got to keep coming up with something. To those who love a special one will always get it.
Yeah.
But on one night after they get their regular one, they may try tasting a different type.
Yeah.
So, but that's good. It's always good to say come and try because come on Thursday night. We have
Yeah.
Which,
right,
by the
well-
way, you have good marketing because I get a lot of your
I
stuff.
guess we'll go Cajun and say Slab for the last bit there. So you can't even have cans down here.
Well, we can, but it's so it's a weird thing. Because
If you don't want to talk about it on here,
No, I can talk about
Okay.
it, and the reason is like I could sell to go beer, but the problem is with how our environment is.
It
I'd be
fucks that up.
I'd be fucking myself,
Yourself.
and
Yep,
I'd be fucking
yep,
both.
yeah, no, fuck that. Okay,
Because
yeah,
people
yeah.
would be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I could just go over here get a 4-pack
Yeah,
for
yeah.
$12
Okay.
or whatever it is," and then I would just fucking be drinking it over here. And
Okay,
it's like,
didn't think about that. I never
Yeah,
thought about
yeah.
that. I'm just thinking. I'm not
Right.
Right.
You
Good
think it's zoning and like
Yeah, I was
right,
just
right,
yeah.
right. Like over there, like in Linwood, is very specific. Like, hey, canned packaged beer is to go only. It's
Right.
off premise. We make it known. Like you can't drink that here. Like it's off premise.
Right.
There's no fucking way I can control that.
No, there's
Okay,
no
yeah,
way.
yeah,
There's
no,
no
yeah.
way.
It's like a golf tournament. We're bringing it
It's
over
like,
here.
"Well, we got. I ain't got no goddamn Coors Light.
Yeah.
They forgot the beer.
Exactly.
No, man. Holy shit. I didn't think about that, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to know that now.
Yeah.
Everything is entirely different. See? Isn't that cool? Even though I don't like beer, I can still realize that every single fucking step is 100% completely different.
For me, it's always the aftertaste.
That's the only thing different for you?
Yeah, well, that's where I noticed the difference
Gotcha.
in the beers. Because on
Yeah.
the front, it all reminds me of my
Right.
grandfather. It's like it's just Mesilla, New Mexico. All
Yeah.
that's and it's not an unpleasant. Don't get me wrong, it's not unpleasant.
Right.
I love that thing.
He was a beer drinker or what?
Oh yeah, remember we talked
yeah,
about him.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a part-time plumber, full-time alcoholic. But God rest his soul. I love you, grandma. But it's always that initial, of the smell of it, the flavor of it. But so for me, where I find the difference is at when it's done, and how it feels, because this lingers longer than the Don Pablo.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's not unpleasant.
What's your personal favorite? Because I need to know this because we never talked about it. What is your hands down favorite cut of meat in atmosphere when it comes to barbecue?
Oh, beef rib.
Beef rib,
Yeah.
short rib, rib
Like
back,
the fucking
the big
thick,
thick ass
like
short
fucking-
rib. So
yeah,
beef
yeah,
short rib
yeah.
with like a chimichurri or just straight up, smoked straight up.
Just smoked where it's that fucking like.
That good bark on it.
Yeah, with the fucking like shit looks like dinosaur bones. And
Yeah.
there's like 3 of them poking out.
Yeah.
Cut that motherfucker up and let's go to town. Yeah.
So beef rib.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed you're not a real big pork guy.
I'm not.
I've noticed that. Like not saying because when I started, that's what I used because
Yeah.
I was malleable and I felt like it got me to where I needed to be first, and then
Right.
I figured brisket out along the way, and
Yeah.
chicken was intermittent. But like
Yeah.
I've noticed that like you seem to sway towards like brisket, beef rib. Like I never see you talk about, oh, that's a good fucking rib.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So like I think like brisket is just like my baby. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that there's like legit like there's very few people that can do brisket.
It's hard,
fucking
dude.
well,
It's
you
hard,
know?
man.
And on a consistent basis, because even me, like as a I used to before this, like my big thing, like I would go out there and I'd smoke ribs, shit on my green egg, and I would do briskets, right? And I would fucking do a brisket where I was like, dude, this is like I compete with any of these
Yeah.
guys.
I'm gonna open my own
And then I would
shop,
have
yeah.
one where it's like, what the fuck, you know?
That's
what
the
I'm
same way
saying?
golf
Like I did
is.
the same
That's
thing.
exactly what golf
It's
is like.
dude, it's so finicky.
Yeah, so I feel like for people to do it like consistently on a like
be like
badass
Franklin-
basis,
Franklin and Austin, that kind of
I
thing,
mean, like
yeah.
fucking Andrew, dude, like
Andrew,
his brisket's
yeah.
always fucking.
And it's always
amazing.
the same.
Yeah,
It's always great.
Like
it's
your
always
pulled
the
pork.
same. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I've got that down.
Yeah.
It's taken me longer, and I look up to Andrew and I love him. Shout out Andrew. Like he knows. And
Yes,
so
yes.
like I'll nerd out on him, and then I'll be honest. I'm like, dude, I know I'm not there, but here's the mistakes I think I'm making. And he's like, yeah, this, and this. And it's not really so much the cook. It's what you do after the cook.
Right.
And most people don't understand that. They're like, I need this barbecue. Look, and dude, I probably smoke about 200 pounds of meat a week minimum.
Yeah.
So I feel comfortable now saying I'm a professional. I can talk about these things. It's not about what you use. It's about how you handle it.
Right.
It really is,
Yeah.
because I could use oak, I could use hickory, I could use mesquite, I could use pecan, I could use cherry, I can use apple. It depends on how I handle it throughout that process.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that process is over, how do I go to the next process?
Yeah.
And I think it's the same for beer and tequila and everything.
No, yeah, it's like I'll say this: consistency is a motherfucker.
It is.
Right, because like the same thing with like your pork, like he was saying, like now
Okay.
they expect it to be that.
fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So
Yes.
if you have the ability to nail that every fucking time,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of, because people don't take into account like the elements, like not even just like the elements of shit, just like you personally, like fuck, I got a late start today, this, and to be able to still.
So
like,
it's an
hit
art
it every
and not a
time.
science.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if
Yeah.
it
It
was
is
a
an art.
science,
Yeah.
you could say every
It's-
time.
anybody could
we're
do
gonna
it.
this.
Yeah.
Now I have a
Anybody
question
fucking
for
And every
each.
fucking
For,
pork butt's not the same either.
Fuck
You
no,
know? And
fuck
it's like,
no.
dude, so if you're doing something consistently and people have like,
You could give
What kind of-
somebody, I can hand
you're
somebody.
able to change the.
It's
Yeah.
not scaling a fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
I can hand just like anything. Like I can hand you a guide and say, here's how you do it. Pull at this temp at this time. When it gets here, it looks like this. It's
Yeah.
never going to be the same twice.
yeah,
Okay, so I have a question for both of you. Why don't you think about this? When you started out from the beginning, when you started out with Seven Tap, you and your buddies, when you started out with Pork and Fork, or just DJ, you DJ's Grilling, did you envision what you're at, where you're at now? And if you did, is it what you thought it'd be?
You go first.
okay. Did I envision where I'm at now?
Did you envision the like, because when I start something like, people think, okay, God, 5-10 years I could be doing this.
Yeah.
Did you envision that you guys would have expanded and just the operations of it and
No, like I never envisioned starting one brewery, and when we did, I was like, I did something with my life, I think, and when the second one happened, I was like, dude, like because we're the first ones in fucking Louisiana to ever do it, and we've caught flack for it, unfortunately.
right?
But just to like accomplish what we've accomplished, and it's just like, and this is the biggest thing. Like we've talked about, like this environment, this place, this place. It's like to be successful at both places. Like Linwood hasn't missed a beat. Linwood is doing what it's always fucking been doing.
Right.
And the East Bank's
Isn't
fucking
that
killing
crazy?
it. Yeah. And to be able to like fit in, but I think it also speaks to us as people, because we're very different, vast people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we've always been the guys that it's like, I'm not in this clique, I'm not in this clique, I'm not in this clique, and even us three as owners, like we're different, very different in like certain things, but beer just happens to be our common thing. So I think it speaks back to like our businesses and how we operate.
But did you feel like one day, are you as successful as you thought you would be, or are you still waiting to get to the point where you're as successful as you wanted to be, if that makes any sense?
No, it does make sense. Obviously, like the people that have listened to our show and like our friends, like my goal is one day to quit my job. right? To just be there.
That's everybody's goal.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So I hadn't gotten there,
Right.
right, just yet.
But
I think we could get there.
That's the thing. You gotta look. You just gotta make sure where there is and don't move it.
Well, that's the problem also too, right?
Well, every year health insurance goes up, so I'm just saying.
But dude,
It's
that
the
shit
problem
don't
where
even matter anymore.
I do well at like my day job, right? So like now my family has come to expect, like I'm not saying we're like fucking living lavish. We're not.
Right.
I mean,
But it's
we're
nice
still-
to make
we're still-
money.
Right.
Yeah, money's. Yeah, it's nice to go. Okay, we don't have to worry about that this month.
Right. It pays the bills. It whatever it needs to do. So it's like now my family's grown accustomed to this certain lifestyle. It's not, like I said, it's not a lavish lifestyle. It's
Right.
not a crazy lifestyle. But I have to provide, right? So it's like, could I like take a pay cut and work for 7-Tech full time? Yes, all day. But
Right.
it's like,
Right.
how am I gonna?
You're gonna have to make up.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like now, I'm willing to sacrifice, but I can't put that on my kids and my
Right.
wife and be like, hey, I'm taking a half. I'm my
Yeah.
pay's gone down by 50%. We got to figure
Yeah.
this out. And it's like, yeah, you're happy. You probably thrive in that element, but it's like.
But I guess, but then here's the deal: if you come home like an asshole every day because you're doing two things, I'm not saying you are. I'm just talking about a situation like that.
I do. My wife-
And then they go, well, you know what? We can sacrifice all this to get a better person
Yeah.
that we deal with on a daily
Yeah.
basis. And I mean, I know my family would rather be that way, to have rather deal with somebody that's pleasant than as a total jerk
I mean,
off.
I think
because,
she would. Like, I think if it was up to my wife, she'd be like, "Yes, quit your fucking job right now."
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, again, it's
Yeah, no.
what
Well-
we're doing. But then you also think about like, how much am I taking away from the business, right?
So I was about to interject.
Yeah.
Because I'm always.
Yeah,
Right,
because
right.
you
Argue
have a
with
certain
that.
amount of debt, right? And
Well,
it's like,
not only that, you have to think that, and because I saw it in other shifts in another business I'm involved in, is
Yeah.
that at some point, especially when you have two, like I do, you have two like main businesses. It's like, okay, at some point, one is taking over from the potential of another one,
Right.
and that's when you make the decision.
Yeah.
The decision always will be, well, I can keep making this work, and this is great, and it's steady, and
Yeah.
I love it, and I have benefits and all this, and I can still do this, and it's a great balance. But at some point, there's going to be a threshold where this is getting to where it's a legit establishment, like financially, and it needs more attention. So you're going to have to make a decision. And I think for me, that was on the
Before
other
you
two.
answer that question, I want to say something about this beer. Okay?
Which one? The
I've been drinking the Cajun. I've been drinking
Yeah.
this like a sipping tequila, all of them. Okay, and this one, this last one, this Cajun one, smoother, more of a warm flavor. I can taste the differences in them, and I really like it. But I'm taking it like a sipping tequila, so But I definitely, of my three so far,
Well, what's the difference in the sip in the beer is just a gulp instead of a sip, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still the same process. Like if you're
yeah,
judging them or something, I guess.
yeah. Beer
it's all like
judging
that.
is
It's okay. So back to you when you smoked your first pork
Me?
butt.
Oh,
Did you see yourself being
no,
where you're at
dude.
now?
Well, I started doing it for fun, just a way to where I can meet people and we can make money on another business. I wasn't trying to do it for business, and people kept asking, "Hey, do y'all do this for a living?" I'm like, "No, we're just out here marketing this other business." And I'm like, "Well, that's a fucking sign right there. Like, you need to do it for a living." If they're asking you, apparently they want your card so that you can do a service
Yeah.
for them. And it went from that until I'm getting to the point where you're about to be, okay? And I'm telling you this because I'm being honest. You're passionate about it. You're so like you were saying earlier. You're so passionate about it that it makes the drive exist. And when you say, "Did you ever think you'd be here?" The pinnacle was to be here passionately.
Right.
But then at some point it takes a shift and it goes to a business. It becomes not so much a passion and it comes into a business that it becomes a business that I'm passionate about.
Right.
When before it was just a passion.
Right.
So let me make that clear.
Right.
So when it converts to that, then I can tell you I absolutely never thought I would be there. Because I can foresee a passion coming to fruition. but I can't foresee a passion transition into a business that becomes successful. And so, no, absolutely not. But now I'm having the way I look at things is a different perspective with passion in mind.
Right.
Then it's just a
Right.
passionate mind.
It's
if that
a
makes
business.
sense.
You have
No,
to-
no,
you
I didn't mean to
have
make all that fucking like verbal
I'm
karate,
saying,
but like
you have to hit marks now.
yes.
Like, this is what we have to do. This is how we have to do it. And these are the numbers that we need to see from it, right? Because at first you're just like, man, I'm just fucking, you were probably the same way. Hey, I'm just smoking meats, hanging
Yep.
out, whatever. Same thing with us. Like, dude,
If I make some money, I'm making
yeah,
great.
I'm,
you know?
I'm happy we're making beer, dude. Like, I never thought I'd own a brewery. And then, like, now it's turned into, I have to make this much money. I have to pay this to this person, this to this person. And it's like, now it's like, yeah, it's still my passion. This is what I love, but it has to.
It's a passionate
hit its
business.
marks.
It's a
Yeah.
passionate
But
It
would
has
you
to-
would you have stayed as long with it as you did if it wasn't your passion, if it was just a job?
Probably not. I think that's where people fail.
No, I would never fucking
Yeah,
do this as a
yeah.
job. What's funny is I worked at a barbecue place. Shout out Nee's Barbecue. Been in business since 1948 or something like that. I worked there in high school. And what's funny is I did not like barbecue. I mean, I ate it, whatever, but I didn't like anything. I was 16.
Yeah.
I
Right.
fucking like nothing. Or I wasn't passionate about anything. I worked there, but I never would have thought. What's funny is none of the things I did there transferred to my barbecue now, because what they were doing there, in my opinion, was entirely the wrong way to do it. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to how I like
Right.
to do things.
Yeah.
And also I never learned the cook process. I was the prep guy, or the take orders guy, or the wash dishes guy. I wasn't there during the day smoking the
You didn't have
meats.
to think.
I didn't know. Well, I didn't know that process. All I
Right.
knew was I knew what to do with the meat after it was done,
All right,
Yeah.
and I knew how to sell the meat.
all right.
You know, but yeah, dude, it's crazy how that shit like it's crazy how it pans out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
So because it's well, obviously there's that whole thing. If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. Would you do it for free?
Yes, I would. Every fucking day, all day.
What do you mean for free?
What we do, would you brew for free?
Like if you couldn't get paid for
Would you
3
run
or
a
4
brewery
months,
for
would
free?
you?
I mean, that's what I'm doing now.
I was waiting for what you guys say. It's like,
I'm
oh,
saying
shit,
I'm
that's what I
still
do.
at a
That's
loss.
what I do.
I'm doing it for negative right now.
Exactly.
like-
No, but that's what makes it a passion. That's what
Yeah,
makes it.
yeah.
Because every job, every endeavor, everything's gonna have that downtime.
Yeah.
And if you're like, you know what, if somebody says one more fucking thing to me today, I'm out of here. That's not your passion, and you'll never excel beyond. This is just what I do for a living. This is just how I make my my paycheck.
Right,
This is
right.
how I pay
And
my
it makes
rent.
it hard too, because it's like, even like as a business owner, like coming to realization with that people are never going to care as much as you do. They don't feel the passion that you do. To them, at the end of the day, as long as they get a paycheck on Friday, they're whatever.
And does it blow your mind sometimes?
It does.
Yeah.
The next layer is the people respect the people who don't make the money, and when
Yeah.
they start making the money, they don't respect them anymore.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucked up? Like
Yeah.
it's like picture the art movement.
Right.
Like you love a great piece of art until it becomes famous, and then everyone appreciates
Like Metallica.
it. Everyone appreciates it, and now
Now it's
I don't like that art anymore.
Yeah.
It
That's
could be.
what's frustrating.
But I
It's
think
like-
a lot of that is individuality and saying, okay, this is mine. I own this. This is you can't like that band. That's my band. I've known them since they played in the garage.
Well, what I'm
you know?
getting at, right, yes, but what I'm getting at is like you'll create a cult following and like this entire movement behind you because they want to see you come up. But then once you get there,
Yeah.
they latch on to a new come up.
But do you think they were so interested because they wanted to see if you fail?
Possibly.
Because not everybody who's voting for you is really voting for your success. A lot of times they just watch you because they want to see you fail because it gives them a sense of, okay, see, you can't do that. You can't go follow your dreams.
You know, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I have kind of come to a realization with kind of shit like that, and it's like the amount of people that want to see you win is less than
It's
you
very
fucking
small.
think.
Very
It's
small.
less
Oh,
than
yeah.
you fucking think, right? Because, and I say this because, I mean, just like personal examples, like right, like me and DJ are good friends, right? Like we don't, like I don't call DJ back, hey man, let's take the families out to eat. Like
Yeah.
we're not best friends by
Right.
any means, right? We're good friends, right?
We've known each other a long time.
Yeah, but the dude wants to see me win. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he looks out for that. And it's,
Right.
And I don't mean it in a mean way, but like, I have like friends that I've been best friends with for life, and it's like I didn't fucking see them set a fucking foot in my place.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling nobody out. I'm saying like
Dude,
people's lives are different, and I don't.
That's a tough thing.
Yeah,
that is a tough thing.
Yeah, and we talk about stuff like that, and I mean, even just an example, like people like Chris Ryan, like same thing.
Yeah.
Like we've known each other for a long time. We've never fucking hung out outside of like him doing an event at Seven Tap or him doing an event down here.
Yeah.
When we see each other, dap him up, give him a hug. Good to see you, brother. But that motherfucker, Father's Day, he'll text me. Hey man, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all doing some killer shit. Congrats on the E-Spec, man. Loved everything. Shit like that, and it's like it's humbling to see people that want to see you win.
Yeah.
That you know don't have that like
Right.
super.
It gains them nothing to see you win, which is the best type of thing. Because
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah.
like, okay, well, if they can pay me back what they owe me, you know, that kind of person.
Yeah.
But versus having what this thing's hanging like a bull right now.
Hanging like something else.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
No,
that's
but
a
I'm
cough. No, but yeah, no, because you know, but then you've got those people who are like they, you know, they want to see you win not because it benefits them, but just because they want you to win. You
They
know, and
recognize
yeah, I
the
love
person you
those.
are and
I
like
love
the
people.
effort that
Yeah.
you put into shit. And I've come like very big to like when you have you heard like the term like people want to see you do good but never better than them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think that's a fucking true statement.
That's the thing, dude. It's so crazy though when there's a selfish layer in this room.
Yeah.
And anywhere down here, it's selfless.
Yeah.
Like when I hang out with you, you don't expect anything of me. I don't expect anything of you. But together, we know that we have a good,
Right.
whatever it is that we're going for.
Yeah.
And it's the same with you.
Yeah.
And it's the same with everyone down here.
Yeah.
And that's contagious.
Right.
But it's only contagious in a small area.
Yeah.
Once it gets to a large area,
Right.
it becomes polluted.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a virus, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
That's very good.
I mean, that's how I picture it, and it's one of those things that I've noticed. And as we talk about these things, like, dude, I knew Jose was a cool fucking Mexican dude, bro. Like
Right.
that. Like I'm not no disrespect, but like when we're growing up, like he was a cool fucking dude. Jose didn't give a fuck. Like he had one emotion. He was cool as a motherfucker. He's like the dude off of Stranger Things, a Hawaiian dude. Like
Oh,
just
yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
just
just
fucking
chill all
cool.
the
Like
time.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey, dude. Just a fucking like
Argyle.
just fucking cool, bro. And like I'm sure I don't even know what I was at that point in my, you know, whatever young
Right,
kid life,
yeah.
like what my mentality was. But I'm sure you didn't expect what's sitting here in front of you from me, and I definitely didn't expect that from you.
Right,
and that's what's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm supporting.
Yeah.
I think like to the root, that's what I'm supporting. Not saying I love you, but I'm saying
Yeah.
is I support like to be able to see that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking powerful
It's
because
fucking
most
genuine, dude.
well, it's just makes my fucking insides burn.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like people who come up with us went a totally different route,
Yeah.
and they may see it and they look at it because one, they don't the life they live now. They don't know how to appreciate something,
Right.
Because they're not happy,
Yeah.
and nothing in their life is
Yeah.
happy. And so when they look at maybe someone like you or I who grew up with them, and they're maybe like, fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it's because they've never been able to see what, if you do this in this area and you're around this person, what this can blossom into and appreciate it for what it is.
Right.
It's kind of like a dare to be great kind of thing, and I think sometimes people like they observe from the outside and they see like the positive things, you know, but they never see like the bullshit that you fucking deal with on a
Oh
daily
yeah,
basis.
no.
Yeah.
Like you've always brought up the like must be nice thing, and it's like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you didn't see me,
That's right.
dude. You
You
know,
weren't-
like
You weren't there. Oh, you got to leave at 2 today? Yeah, because I was here till 9 every other day.
No, and it's shit like the fucking like Father's Day, dude. Like I was in the fucking kitchen all day, with my ass kicked. Right, that's a day I could have spent with my son and daughter. Right, and you didn't see that. So then now, like if I do something positive, like what, and you're like, oh, it must be cool, and it's like, yeah, but you didn't see the fucking grind that went behind that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. People don't want to see that because that would mean that if they did the grind too, they might be successful too, and they
Right.
wouldn't be able to just sit there
That's what I
and
was.
say
That's
nothing,
exactly
right,
what
you
I
know?
was. The same. You're saying it a different way. I'm saying it, but the same thing. It's like it's unfortunate for them that they don't get to appreciate it because they don't know.
Yeah.
That was never an option.
Yeah, and a lot of times they're just sitting there fucking hating because at the end of the day,
Were you
it's
just
like,
moving beers around? You didn't finish them?
Yeah, I have to say my favorite of the beers was the
slab
Cajun.
or the Cajun Coals.
The Cajun.
Cajun.
That was my favorite.
I'd say
And
same
I
thing
swear to
too.
God, I never in my lifetime could you ever tell me I could try 4 different beers at the same time and taste a difference in them.
We did that.
Progress.
There
We
you
did
go.
that. Look. It's crazy. He might be fucking. He's gonna be sending selfies from craft breweries until 6 months.
I'm gonna finish these beers. Just to,
Okay.
someone's got to.
Someone, yeah, I don't want to let them go
Don't waste that product, man. I'm gonna
this is
finish
Noel.
this slab. Cheers. I'm stone cold some shit. Let's throw them back.
We're bringing it back for trunk or treat or whatever.
Ooh.
Talk to Chris.
You know what?
I'll sling some barbecue. We'll be there.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's
We
what
need
this-
you to be there.
That's what this tastes like.
What?
Halloween.
Halloween?
Halloween.
Because you got candy as a kid in Halloween.
Yeah.
And this tastes like candy to me.
Trunk or treat, dude. You gotta be there.
You gotta
Alright.
be trunk or treat.
Well,
Shout out.
Middays.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on my calendar.
And it's not a competition. It's just a hangout. Show and shine. That's another thing. It was the same thing we talk about. Chris is like, dude, I'm tired of getting these motherfuckers keep calling me, bro, talking about where's the trophy, what are they gonna win? He's like, dude,
Yeah.
it just show up. It ain't no
Show up.
trophy.
That's
For the
right.
kids, man.
How did the dad? Was it called Dad Vibes?
Yeah.
How's that beer?
It's good, dude. It's
What's-
just a pale ale, like it's a little hoppier.
How did it do the other weekend?
It did well, man.
Y'all just run that on Father's Day and that's it?
Yeah, pretty much. And then, well, we sent some down south and stuff like that too, but it was good.
Are you getting anything new or exciting coming through? You're like, other than the growth of the business, like anything in the beer world where you're like, fuck, I can't wait to implement that maybe.
Nah, dude.
Y'all motherfuckers, they try everything as soon as they see it. They don't even make
Yeah.
anything romantic. They're just like,
Yeah.
let's fuck.
No, that's
You wanna? We call it you wanna.
That's how we roll. We've kind of gotten ourselves into a position now where it's like distribution so heavy that it's like, and certain beers are such popular that it's like, it's hard to try new stuff because, you know, especially here at the East Bank, like the volume we're moving, like people need their EBM, they need their Cajun, they need their Don Pablo. So we got to keep feeding that. And then down south with like the distribution footprint, it's like they need their Juice Port, they need their Don Pablo, they need their Wave. So now like we have like fewer times where we can do kind of, but it's a good problem to have, I would think. I think eventually over there we're gonna have to add a couple more tanks because we're getting to that point where we need to produce more. Which, again, like people don't understand that from the business standpoint. Like now that's a setback, right? Because I have to buy more tanks because we're growing, and it's like, so.
So do you brew here too and there, or do you brew there and then bring it here? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. I'm excited about it. I know I didn't want to plan on talking about beer, but I just said fuck it. I mean,
Well, I'm glad we did.
I've
I
experienced
learned
this.
more today.
Dude, we've hit all my points. We hit tequila, we hit combat sports, we hit
Barbecue.
beer and barbecue.
Beer and
dude.
barbecue.
I'm
That's
fucking-
it.
Was there anything else you want to throw? in
I
there,
got
bro?
nothing, man.
Do
No,
nothing.
I've got nothing. I'm sitting there looking at this. I'm thinking, I've had a lot of tequila. And
Well,
then I've
dude,
had-
but every
I've had
time we
beer,
do
too.
this, I feel like we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
They feel shorter and
They do-
shorter.
they do feel shorter
They
and
used to
shorter.
feel like a whole afternoon or a whole evening.
Yeah.
And
But you know what? I think it's the density of our conversations now.
Yeah.
You know, it's never just like superficial conversations that we have. You know, it's always we try to go 7 layers deep into it to try to pull out what's worth. You know, our thought process while we're and
let's
and
go
anybody-
10. Let's go 10 more minutes. Fuck it. Let's go.
Oh,
10
fine,
minutes.
that's fine with me.
We got to break 2 hours. We're almost there.
All sweet. Okay, cool. I don't mind.
I don't
Okay,
want to wrap this up yet.
So this one was good.
Hold that thought.
So this one was good. It like I said, it tastes very hot. It tastes like Halloween to me.
Dude, I think it's fucking delicious.
I want to try this ripple.
Oh, we got to run these back.
Yeah.
We got to run these back.
I'm not doing. I'm
Yeah,
not doing
you
top of
are.
the
Yeah, you
No,
are.
no,
Yeah,
no,
you
oh my
are.
God.
You got to run it back.
All right. Well, let me do top of
Get some more
before
cookies in the mix.
before I do this one.
Oh shit! It's about to storm.
Dude, that's actually a blessing in disguise. When's the last time? Everything good?
Well, my family's out there, so I'm gonna check.
Uh-oh. Well, dude, we haven't had a storm in a while.
All right, not like this. All right, so do a little bit of this.
Yeah, hell, it hadn't rained in 2 weeks. That's another thing. Dude, it's hot as shit.
Oh God, I hate the heat.
It's rough.
Can't stand the
I
heat.
love it, but I hate it.
No, I mean, as when I was younger, I didn't mind the heat, but I was like, it was
You're
always
not
like,
gonna run these back?
no, I've
Nah,
got
dude,
that.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, he's got to finish the beer. Like, you know, Italy heat and Hawaii heat are different than Louisiana heat. That's a damn sure.
All right, we're going to run this one.
That's the añejo.
Neho Members Mark. Shout out. Way better than it was earlier.
Yeah. It tastes oilier. I don't know if that's a word or
Dude,
not.
every
to
time
use
you
it.
say something, it fucks me up. You're right.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Every time he says something, I'm like, this motherfucker just found something I didn't see.
And that's a very hard flavor to just, you know, something that tastes oily.
Yeah.
Like motor oil or no, it tastes oily. It's got like an oily flavor to it.
I would say it feels oily, but yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's got like oil feels and yeah.
I'm going to run the Tapatio behind it. Man, let's see.
Poured too much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
That motherfucker is rough from the back end.
Oh. Ooh. And that's a reposado.
It damn sure is.
Yeah. That's like a super duper.
Is it Albon? Monte Albon? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
How's it?
Monte Albon.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of.
I like my winners today are these two.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but
Yeah.
I mean, how are we going to break them up?
Yeah.
I know what Jose's going to pick.
I like the Noel, honestly. That's my pick, but I want to.
He wants to. This motherfucker wants to know if it's for sure no additives. I saw his face.
It's like, look,
Yeah,
before
no.
I put my name and thing to it,
Yeah.
let me do that.
No,
So,
I agree. I'm
But I will
Noel.
reach out to them.
I am good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably got better chance to reach out than I
do
do.
research on them.
Yeah, Noel. I did not see that coming today.
No,
Yeah.
congratulations,
At all.
Noel. We got to contact them and have them come explain it to us next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. They're right down the road.
Yeah.
3 hours. They can, if they want to show
Yeah,
up
right
here,
down the road. Yeah,
woo.
right down the road.
Bring the whole. Look, I want some specialty items.
Yeah, send us some shit, man. We'll try it on.
We'll try it out. Yeah,
Yep.
sweet.
Let's wrap this thing, fellas.
All right,
Yeah, let's get out here before the bottom falls out.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. All right, man.
Grass may wake back up. It's dead right now.
Aloha.